Greetings, gamers. This is Jerod Leupold getting ready for another episode of Mutant City Blues. We're playing. We've got some hard-nosed detectives happening here. This is going to be part two of right now what I'm calling Cypher's Army, and which is part three of an overarching mini campaign that we're doing called Nation of Malice. And so far, we've had an awesome time. We booked a lot of people. We've still got a bunch of open cases that we're going to look into right now. Right now, we're going to do a quick introduction, like less than a minute or so. In my upper left hand corner, I've got Eric Burchett. And who are you playing? What do they look like?
Hello. I am playing Brickhouse, Brock Lewis. He is sort of a lanky looking detective, uh, wears a suit, uh, always wears aviator glasses, but if he takes them off, you see that he uh, has just whites in his eyes. That's all he has. Um, this is Thursday around 4 o'clock. He looks rough. There is 14 o'clock shadow happening on Brock and looking real rough.
For those of you that don't know, if you haven't listened, been keeping up with what we're doing, go back and start all the way at the beginning. They started on Monday, and they are 8 cases deep this far. And it's only been like 3.5 days, so they're probably worn out. Next I've got on here is Rachel. Can you tell me about your character and what they look like?
I'm playing Lilacs is her code name, and she has like bright purplish eyes, hence the nickname Lilacs, and also some like very distinct blue veins in her forehead that kind of give her away as a mutant. Other than that, like pretty human appearance. Although she does like to dye her hair with like a awesome purple streak that matches her eyes.
Perfect. All right, next in line, we've got Aaron. Can you tell me about your character and what they look like?
Yep. Bill Hewitt, aka Weaver, is an older Hispanic man, about average height, gray beard with salt and pepper hair, pulled back in a ponytail that's gotten sort of increasingly frizzy and wispy through the week. Also, looking a little bit tired. He pretty much reminds you of like the really cool camp counselor 35 years later with about 10,000 more miles on him.
Perfect. I love it.
Has unnaturally long fingers and tends to wear sort of hippie sandals along with his hemp bracelets and smell of patchouli. Long fingers, long toes that once you see him, you can't unsee him.
Love it. And Jordan, who are you playing and what do they look like?
Yeah, I'm playing Ron Stanton, aka the Hound. He's a middle-aged Caucasian male on the short and stocky side. You can tell he's a mutant if he's not wearing a hat, as instead of hair, he has brown and white spotted fur on his head. And for the course of the week, he's looks like he's been attempting some ill-considered mutton chops. You don't know if maybe he's really big into the Wolverine, but boy, it just looks bad.
Fantastic. Our grizzled detectives are getting worn down here. And before we broke off last session, we talked about what we're gonna do for the next part. We basically are our detectives are basically still looking into 3 cases. One, if you go all the way back to the beginning, anything to do with Goose Wilson, try and nail him. At this point, it looks like he's probably gonna get away if there's any proof out there that he did anything. We have a missing case of Al Manzoor's son, who is linked to the Goose Wilson case. Last seen that he was being held at the orphanage, which is a place for wayward mutants in the Tri-City State. And then we have going to look for Dan or KO Boomer, who is an officially a missing persons case at this point. Who was going to go where? So I know that.
I was gonna look for Boomer.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. the Hound was going to look into the orphanage.
Okay.
I don't know, but I'm inclined to say orphanage.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna do orphanage as well, but it sounds like that's pretty well covered. If you're probably gonna canvas the
No,
neighborhood and look out for the two.
I
It's
don't need
okay.
to do. I did not feel strongly. I had no plan, and I picked one, but I can pick the
Weaver, do you
other.
have like specialties with like youths? Is that right?
Yeah, well, but I don't. I mean, this would be more of like I was thinking, sort of a streetwise community outreach kind of a thing. Um, I was thinking going, what is it? Community relations. I was thinking of going community relations and streetwise to try to see if anyone saw anything out of the ordinary with people watching the orphanage. I don't know what approach were the two of you thinking about the orphanage piece.
Just for me to throw this out there real quick too, if it's possible, it sounds like both of these are going to be interview type investigations. So if you split up to have at least one person who has a good spread of interpersonal skills, you guys need to probably split those two up if that helps at
I,
all.
yeah, I could do either one actually because I think these would apply in both cases. So I can, if you want, I can do Brickhouse for that. Go join Brickhouse for looking for Boomer.
I can I can talk real good though. So I don't know if it's a Weaver especially though. Are you a good talker? Are you a good interrogator?
I'm not. I'd be more on the streetwise community relations charm part.
Right.
Yeah, the Hound would
I'm not.
be more like research and investigation. So look for any evidence, any clues, what might have gone down. Streetwise, maybe talk to some people.
I believe I am also not the person for. So okay, so do we think there is influence involved in either of these? Because I'm good at detecting influence. So if we feel like there might be influence involved, maybe I should go to that one.
That's a good question.
You know for a fact you're going to try and interview Jezebel, who has induced aggression.
I'll take Lilacs with me.
Sorry, not induce, not sorry, not induce aggression. She has endorphin control other, which I guess that's not really a mental control power actually. So never mind.
But
Sorry, what were we discussing? Sally got into the bathroom and I had to go get something out of her mouth.
Sally is their dog, everyone, not a child. Um, I mean, I have a 6-year-old. You kind of do the same thing.
yeah,
I made the suggestion like, well, you know that Jezebel has a mind altering power. Jezebel actually doesn't have a mind altering power. That's my fault. I don't think that
What is hers again? What is the one that she has?
endorphin control
Endorphin
others.
control.
which is
Mhm.
certainly a charming thing, not like the big one, but one that would influence people, though, right?
Um,
Isn't that the one that it's like you give them endorphin hits? I'm blanking on the name, but it's kind of like a drug. Crap, what is it called? It came up when we were talking to Goose Wilson. Someone in the
And
band was.
my other character has it, and I believe
yeah,
it makes them like ignore any fear and they just go for it. They feel very heroic in that moment.
yeah. It's also pushing drugs too. You're absolutely right, Jordan. Or sorry, the Hound.
Well,
Good.
I still take Lilacs with me on Jezebel.
Okay, sounds good. Lilacs, all right, and Weaver. Okay, excellent. All right, let's start with let's go visit Jezebel. All right, it's gonna be Brickhouse and Lilacs. Requisition a vehicle to travel back into the nests. back to Paradise Found. This will be like the third time you've come to visit this place. Um, there is something different though. The It's normally a very welcoming environment for any sort of mutants that might be coming in here. It's known for being a pretty like campy type of bar, but uh, the feeling is just different. The bar is packed with locals that are trying to keep off the streets, huddled in small knots, nursing drinks. Reese, the proprietor, otherwise known as Sin Eater, moves among them. His white face paint is running with sweat. His plastic devil horns are just bent at odd angles. He tends to any who were possibly wounded during the midnight vigil just the night before, trying to calm the mounting fear and anger. He spots you entering the room and he just kind of cocks an eyebrow. Looking for Jezebel, you actually find her in a round booth near the back. There's a small line of potential clients suddenly find more interesting places to be once they spot the HICU agents come in. As you come in, Jezebel just sighs. She goes like, I do declare, if you're going to chase my business away, you could at least buy a woman a drink first. She's got the same black and white mohawk, but it's now kind of wilted off to the side. She's got piercings all across her face, but you notice that those piercings are just going through holes. Like they're not actual piercings. She actually just has holes. It looks like porous kind of sponge kind of material, maybe. Um, as she welcomes you in and just kind of gives you the dead eyes.
Lilacs, what do you drink?
What does Lilacs drink? I drink. I don't know. Surprise
Great.
me. I'm not picky.
Reese, 3 whiskeys.
On the house, detectives. On the
Nah,
house.
I'll throw him some cash. Anyway, do what you want.
He pushes those down the side of the bar, and they get stuffed into what looks to be a donations bucket for people that for medical bills.
I'll take a shot and I'll set it next to Jezebel, hand the other to Lilacs, and take a seat.
Jezebel knocks it down without taking a blink. It's like, well,
I'll match her. Do the same thing.
it's like,
As will I.
all right. What do I owe the honor of this menage a trois?
I don't like the way you put that. And where is Boomer?
Oh, is he off and away again? You can tell that she's open to questions, but is not going to back down for intimidation. When asked about Dan, she goes, I haven't seen the man since Tuesday morning before before I went to the convention. He says he didn't need my kicks anymore, that he had found something new with a friend of his. He hands over a flyer with a strange watermark that depicts a woodblock print of a painting with the words, Join Cypher's Army. Now, I don't
I have
know.
art history. The painting significant?
Yes, the painting.
Let me double check that.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Yes, the block print is from a painting of the Haitian Revolution, uh, kind of based off of the writings in the revolutions that also the guy who wrote Three Musketeers, he was actually involved with that.
Dumas?
Dumas.
Ooh, dumbass.
I'm going to throw this out there since you have art history. Do you have regular history as well?
Good question. I do.
Okay. The reason that the Haitian Revolution is has particular memory is that it was about the plantation slaves that rebel. they killed their masters and formed their own country into what is Haiti today. It was not overtaken. It's like they got their own sovereignty by rebellion. Jezebel continues though and says like,
The text on the poster, the flyer say? Sorry.
"What was that?"
What did the text say? I got caught up in like, I know paintings.
Oh, sure. Join Cypher's army. Look, I don't know what this little thing is about, but Dane seemed to be into it. But you know, I might remember a little bit more with a little bit of help, if you know what I mean.
Chen thinks she has something to do with it. I might be able to calm her down and keep her away from you. How's that for a little help?
Do you have negotiations?
I do.
Okay. Well, that is one strong woman.
Oh shit! Nope, I don't have negotiation. Sorry, I have a lot of other things, but not negotiation.
Okay. Do you want to? Is there a different skill you want to use?
Uh, can I do a charm version of that?
Um, yeah, yeah. I'm fine with that. I actually have her being open to charm. Actually, as long as you don't go the hard ass route, she's open to it.
Yeah, I'll do the other way. And I've been in this bar plenty of times. Like I know, like being a hard ass shithead does not work with them. So I'll be like, Chen thinks you have everything to do with Dan going crazy and doing his own thing. I've talked to her several times. I've literally stopped Dan from blowing up. I got you, but it keeps coming back to you. I'll get Chen off your back if you can tell me what the hell's going on.
Well, I'm not gonna lie that a woman's tuition is not often wrong. And yeah, I hate to say it, I don't try and fall for clients. Uh, and you see she's being totally honest here. And she's just like, I don't, it's not something I do, but no, she's not right this time. Dan's not with me. I don't know where he's at. I just don't know. But maybe, I don't know, someone that might help is that I can give you a name.
Great.
Dan Dan said that he was hanging out with this guy named One-Eyed Jack.
And you think this one-eyed Jack is connected to Cypher's army?
I don't know, sugar. Just that he's new in his life, and all of a sudden I'm yesterday's news.
I'm aware of One Eye Jack. He's on our registry.
Yeah, is he dangerous?
I don't know. He's a waiter. You know where he's serving at right now? Where's he waiting tables?
Oh, that hurts. He's a loser. I don't know.
You don't know. You're not jealous.
I'm not happy with the man, but I don't know who he is.
And you're not happy with him. Why? Because
Look,
Dan's
what
going
if
someplace else?
whatever Dan's into or up to, I think he's got something to do with it.
Uh, bullshit detector just like how much do I think she knows about One Eye Jack?
No bullshit. You don't think she knows anything. And at this point, I'm going to end this scene. As you think you've kind of tapped through any more possible leads, there is one clue that's left on there, but it has nothing to do with Jezebel. If you want to think about it when I get back to go to your next steps. All right, let's go flash across town, like way across town. Well, actually, no, you're both in the nest because you get to go to the orphanage, which is in the nest as well. Because it is for wayward mutants. They will say they're kind of on the opposite side of the nest as it is. You're kind of in the nicer part of the nest if such a thing exists, because Mo Branson's really trying to keep these kids out of trouble. The orphanage has really been a mainstay of the nest since its inception. Former reporter Mo Branson was sickened just by how many runaway litters the street in the tri-state area. He founded the orphanage with the sole purpose of giving young mutants a place to stay while the rest of the world ignored them. You knock on the door, and it was like, you, you see the peephole kind of cover over. It's like, yes, hello.
Oh, dude, that's, Hound, are you going to do this? I was thinking I would go hit the streets, or do you want us both here for this part, Hound?
I was thinking more that you would handle him if you're more the face, but I certainly can talk to him. I just don't have a ton of interpersonal stuff. So if we really need anything out of him, not the greatest person, but I can do some. Like I'm fine chatting with him, even if I'm not like skilled out for it.
No. I tell you, if you want to maybe use this as an opportunity to look around, I can chat him up.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No.
Do you have a few minutes, maybe for us to look around and to talk about what's happened over the last few days?
Who are you?
I've got my my badge on a little lanyard around my neck. Just Officer Hewitt, sir. I was wondering if we could just take a few minutes of your time. We want to find out what happened with Mr.
Oh,
Mansour.
yeah. Hey, Christ almighty, I thought you'd get here sooner. You hear the click clacking of deadbolts and stuff as he's like, get in here, get in here. Kind of he's looks like he's just trying to get you off the streets, basically, so no one else really sees you out in front of the orphanage. It is a two-story house. The main floor has got the bars on the windows as you come in. But the rest of it, like he like the grass is mowed. There's a tire swing out front. He's trying his best to try and upkeep this place that he can. He was like, oh, geez, I didn't hear anything. Like one of your agents checked in with me, letting me know that he was going to stake out our house until things cooled down. It was on your guys' orders. I think it was torpedo. I think. Anyway, like uh, that same night, I woke up gasping for air before I got clocked in the head. And he points, you see, under his like receding hairline that's all turned white this time. I should mention this. Mo Branson is an elderly man. Okay. He is a very fit 60-year-old. And you know from his dossier that he does have the strength, I believe the strength um, superpower as well. So he's a pretty accomplished reporter in Mutant in his own right. But he points there and he's got a giant knot on his forehead. He's like, I just thank goodness no one else was here that night.
Wait, what? Where was? What do you mean no one was here? Where were the kids?
No, yes, Benny was here, but he was the only other person. Look, they're not kids, right? They're teenagers. I can't lock them up in here. I can only give them the tools to try and make good decisions.
Okay, so it was just you. Uh,
It was me and Benny. Yeah. And then when I came to, Benny was gone.
wait, is he? Wait, just to clarify, that's El Mansour's son, right?
Correct.
Benny. Okay. Yeah, just confirm. I've always just called him El Mansour's son.
Yeah.
Uh,
Me too.
would it be all
I
right?
realized we needed to name him.
Yeah. Would it be all right if my colleague here spent a few minutes and looked around Benny's room to see if maybe there was any evidence? Hound, is that about what
Yeah.
makes sense for you?
Yeah, and if you don't mind, I'd kind of like to take a look at the ground. Sounds like someone broke in and kind of clocked you. I'd like to see if I can't find any traces of that, see what's going on here.
Yeah, please. Please. You see standing next to Mo Branson is a young woman with long, kind of limp blonde hair. She seems frail's not the right word. She's just kind of scrawny. Um, yeah, you see her reading a book and reading a book in one hand and working a Rubik's Cube in her other hand. And you also notice that she kind of looks up every once in a while and is kind of clocking you. She's like, yeah, Sasha, can you show the detectives to where Benny was staying? Uh, yeah, yeah. Uh, Sasha stops what she's doing. Well, doesn't really stop what she's doing. She keeps doing it. She's like, yes, follow me. She's got a little bit of a light Russian accent. She leads you upstairs into one of the rooms. Um, all right. She's like, here, she opens the doors. Like, you may look. All right, what kind of skills do you want to use?
I'd like to use evidence collection. See if I can't turn up anything in here.
Okay. You're looking around, um, uh, yeah, Benny's room, and you don't really find anything in here. Okay. You're going through the evidence collection until you roll across a shoebox underneath the bed.
Hmm.
You crack it open and you're like, oh, I shouldn't touch this. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's a small green vial.
I have chemistry. Does that help at all?
Yeah, yes, it does. Ooh, chemistry. Um, if you knew what it was exactly,
That would
because you're
help.
taking a
Yeah.
look at it and you're like, it's just a sort of unmarked vial of greenish substance. Um, it's got a stamp on it with the letter G with a lightning bolt through it.
Is Sasha still there?
Yeah.
I'll show it to her and ask her if she has any idea what this is.
No, no, I don't. But
Do you mind if I take it in for some testing?
no, no, please do, please do. But you might want, maybe you're not searching the right room. We have more than one guest in our house.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'd love to see those, and if I could just walk the grounds as well, check the outside of the building.
okay, my brother is he is not missing. He goes undercover sometimes. Uh, that might be something he's looking at. And she shows you another room. I'm just like, this is Jerome's room. You look in there and you find a similar looking shoebox, and it's got like three of those vials in it. And she's just like, I don't know what it is, but I know he is in something he maybe should not be.
And is this what I know is this Jerome Peterson, who's our gang informant?
Sasha.
Like, is that the Jerome that she's talking about? Is
Oh,
that Jerome Peterson who's listed as a gang informant for us?
yes.
Okay, got it. Interesting. Okay, if I search around his room, do I find anything else? Any notes or anything? Any computers left on and pinging?
No, you
Okay.
don't. Sasha says like, you may. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. Actually, you ask about it, and she goes like, uh, yes. Well, actually, because I didn't go far enough in my notes, Sasha has more information for you. The room mentioned a new gang was forming. Based on the dirt of his shoes and smoothie he bought, would place him on the corner of 82nd and Smythe Block, someplace not clean. He had been in a fight, but wasn't bothered by it. There was blood and sawdust on his shoes, but it wasn't his. She moves forward a little bit, and her eyes roll back into her head, and she reaches out to grab your forearm,
Hmm.
and she's having a convulsion.
I'll try to grab her and restrain her so she doesn't like hurt herself.
Okay. You ease her back onto the ground, and she wakes, and she was like, "I'm sorry. Can I help you?"
Influence detection.
Mm.
You give her the code words. You ask the right questions, and she recognized almost immediately what you're trying to do. She's like, "I am not being controlled." And she kind of dusts herself up and stands up. That's why I have to stay here.
Okay, just wanted to make certain you were okay. Is there anything you need help with there?
No, nothing you can help out with. And with that, she goes back downstairs.
Interesting. If I search like the rest of the grounds, can I find any signs of like someone breaking in, or does this look like someone had a key and just let themselves in?
Yeah, no, you go around, you find, yeah, there's a window that was broken open. Um, so yeah, but you look around for other information. The window is broken inwards, so it was a breaking, entering from there. Um, the how they snuck into a place though without Mo knowing. I mean, I know he's older, but he probably wouldn't sleep through something like that. Um, and it looks like Benny put up a little bit of a fight, but he's also just a kid that is also weakened by something. His blood isn't quite right.
Yeah.
Uh, Now I'm going to throw this out there. Do either of you, especially Weaver, you after you hear some of the stuff, do you either of you have pharmacy?
What a great question.
Because you clearly know that it's a
Yes, I
drug.
do. Yep.
Okay. All right. When the hound shows you the vial, you recognize it as something called glitch. It's a newer drug that is a derivative of morphine, but it has some pretty bad side effects currently. There's really no telling what's in it. You know that a minor gang operating on the west side of Hillsborough seems to be the main sellers. Now that you know that it's glitch, kind of morphine based hound,
Hmm.
you're looking at the different colors of the texture, and the vial itself is slightly tinted blue, but it's still coming through as a green color. Uh, you can kind of, we'll say that you get it back to the lab and you get to take a look at it, okay?
Hmm.
Um, Safely with your evidence collection. It contains chromatin bound CGAS. You don't need to know that. Uh, but I did a lot of research to get that, and I'm going to leave it in there. But it's an agent that can break down DNA sequences once it bonds. It can't destroy a DNA bond, but it can disrupt it, making it slightly unstable. It is stuff that can be used prior to chemotherapy. And at this point, um, is there anything else you want to look for?
Did you want to go outside and try casing the streets, see if we talk to any of the neighbors and street folks if we get anything?
Yeah, two things. One, I want to follow up on Mo mentioned he found it hard to breathe when he
Mhm.
awoke.
Yeah.
Sort of ask him, sort of follow through the pharmacy stuff. Does it sound like he's describing that he'd been drugged at some point? Or does it sound like the skill, or sorry, off the Quaid diagram, deplete oxygen? Or maybe something else entirely?
So, look, I don't touch any drugs. I don't got any marks on me anywhere. And you see as he flexes out like this a little bit, you see kind of behind him you see another set of arms that are
Mm.
behind him as he's kind of taking a look around. He's like, "Been poked nowhere. I don't think so. So I just couldn't breathe." If you had to between the two of those, even like doesn't seem like he was drugged. You can take you can do a blood sample. He is willing to give you.
Yeah,
Do you
let's do
have that
that.
sort of actually? Do you have that sort of skill? There's a bunch of stuff that does this.
Uh, well, Hound has evidence collection. Would that work? Let's
You
see.
can take a little bit of blood. Sure. Love you. Hey.
Yep, let's do that. Analyze that. See if someone got to him
Yeah.
at some point. Yeah.
And if I was understanding, was Torpedo
Yeah.
on here the night this happened? We might need to talk to Torpedo.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that a question?
Yeah, I wasn't certain if I was Torpedo here the night this happened, or did Torpedo get stationed here after this happened?
According to Mo Brance's timeline, Torpedo should have been there.
So we probably need to check in with Torpedo.
Yeah. It's a great question. When we go hit, I'm gonna spend the rest of the shift as long as I probably just finish it out, up and down the street, asking both was Torpedo here? Did anyone see him? Was there observation? Was there anyone casing the joint? Any strangers around? And did anything especially about the break-in? So just ask the full range of the things, streetwise, community relations, charm, reassurance. So
Yeah.
put all
Yeah.
those in there.
And
Yep.
yeah, I'd like to spend some more time. I have like fingerprinting, do that with my evidence collection and the chemistry on the liquid, see what I can find out. See if we can
Yeah.
figure out who might be making this and why they might be putting something used in chemotherapy and a morphine derivative.
Yep. You do all your skills, you pound the streets or whatever, and you're pretty sure there's going to be a dead end. This is the nest, after all. If they hear something, people aren't going to necessarily talk about it. Even though you are a mutant, you're still represent law enforcement, which is part of the bigger problem that's holding them down. But no, you don't get the feeling though that they have anything specifically out against you. People are just minding their own business. Okay. And let's get back together into the. Oh, sorry. Let's flash back up to Paradise Lost. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do while you're there?
I want to make sure I'm noting all of the individuals who are there getting care, if
Sure.
I recognize them, if we have them on our registry, whatever.
Yeah. Now, the only
Um,
other one that you really recognize would be Gremlin that was there the night of the vigil. And Gremlin didn't get beat up or anything due to Night Nurse stepping in the way. But Lilacs doesn't necessarily know that. But yeah, you see,
um,
yeah, Gremlin's there. A few other faces that you kind of recognize, but nothing crazy.
well, I want to acknowledge that, well, we were just talking. One of Lilac's powers is precision memory, and I had never actually read what that does. And it
It's
kind
awesome.
of does a lot. So
Yeah.
basically, I'm like, I want to remember all the faces. They
Okay.
come back into play. I want to be able to remember.
Okay.
Um, but also, it appears that I can like look back later and be like, oh, there was this clue there we totally missed.
Yes.
But that's beside the point. Um, for this moment, I also want to take a closer look at the flyer I was just handed, and
Okay.
if there's anything like notable about the paper. Also, I have cryptography, and it has the word cipher like right on this. So is there like
hmm
a code?
There
Do you
is
have
something
a
you can use
paper
for a skill on this piece of paper. Do you have the skill though? It's
document
not.
analysis?
Yes. There you go. Document analysis.
I have
Uh,
that as well. Yes.
you find what you thought was like a watermark on there, but it's in fact a piece. The the leftovers, I should say, of invisible ink. Actually, holding it over a flame real quick reveals that there is an address to um to somewhere in one of the neighborhoods. It is, let me get my map. into the south, into the Steel City.
There's not like a time or date. It's just literally like an address.
There's an address.
Nice work, Lilacs. That is awesome.
I do what I can.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah.
No, you're good.
Okay. So at this point, you guys have gone, interviewed your potential people, and gotten back. So that does take care of that part of the thing. It is now, the second shift is now over. If people want to switch out to your other characters, you may do so. It is 8 o'clock at night. There are plenty of leads to chase down. Um, remember, your characters you're playing right now have done 2 full time periods. Shifts. That's what I was looking for. You've done 2 full shifts already. You can keep going to do a third one, not a problem. You'll start taking minuses to your physical skills.
I would switch, and I believe Night Nurse also, excuse me, has a meeting she wants to be at in a few hours.
Yeah, I'd switch as well. And as I recall, Bulwark was going to back her up at that meeting. So
Okay. Okay. So switching over to Night Nurse. So let me go ahead and get that updated. While I'm doing that, can you give the brief description of Night Nurse?
Night Nurse is like a walking skeleton or a walking corpse. Dark circles, very like sunken cheeks. Very, very, very pale. Long, like white blonde hair. If she's a priest, she's always wearing a lab coat. That's her like thing of comfort. But sometimes they tell her to take it off when she goes out. Very, very skinny, like skin and bones. That's Night Nurse.
Perfect. And Bulwark. Now we've got him coming in here. Can you describe? Give me Bulwark.
yeah, so I'll be taking over with Carl Walton here, aka Bulwark. He is a taller, slightly older Caucasian male, very fit with brown hair and brown eyes. He normally wears a longer sleeves, as if you see him with short sleeves or his shirt off, he has what looks like a tattoo of a shield, except for it's permanently glowing with a golden light.
Love it. All right. Is Brickhouse going to go into a third shift?
No. Triple jump's coming.
All right. Tell me about triple jump.
Cody St. James, i.e., triple jump. Younger fellow, likes to wear vintage band T-shirts. Usually has like some sort of like a checkered shirt button up that he has a clip on that he puts on when he needs to, so look like a cop. Looks pretty normal, except that he every once in a while phases, and his whole body just sort of becomes static for a few seconds at a time. And the more nervous he is, the more that he phases.
Love it. And is Weaver going to be working a third shift? Oh, I think you were muted. Sorry.
I was, thank you.
Yeah.
No, Weaver is beat, and the book has spent all day doing paperwork, so I think they're both going to sit it out. By the way, yeah, the book, Steve Grabowski, he's sort of a Caucasian male, middle-aged, brown hair, brown eyes. Kind of always looks just a little bit paunchy and bloated, but wears great dress pants, great shoes, looks everything like a disgraced federal agent if you ever saw one.
Love it. Okay. As much as I want to say that you can sit this one out, I really don't want you
Yeah,
to.
no problem. The book is in that case.
Okay,
He
because I
spent the
do
whole day
remember,
doing paperwork. So
yeah,
yeah.
the book had to do paperwork. That's right. Um, okay. Because you could just do it for like, well, either way. All right, so you want to take the book then? We've all switched over. Well,
Yep.
let's talk about this. Actually, you know what? That's fine. I don't want to force people to play characters. That's right. You're absolutely right. They can both take a break because I'm interested to see what's going to happen. So right now, Bulwark was going to back up Night Nurse, and was Triple Jump looped into this, or was Triple Jump going to go on a different investigation?
I think that Brickhouse mentioned that triple jump could be part of the surveillance part of this if it was needed, right? But I don't think that it was assumed that Cody was going to go in undercover or any of that kind of thing.
Yeah, because so this is, I mean, this is Night Nurse's show to run, basically. You're the one that received the email. Who are you telling, and what do you want this plan to look like? And I want you to be fairly specific, but in a timely manner. It's like, I don't want to spend a half hour doing this.
Uh, I told these three. Um, they also
But you
several of
told
them
Brickhouse,
recommended.
right?
I did. No, I told all three of you. I told
Yeah,
Brickhouse
Brickhouse, but not triple jump,
because
right?
Rachel told Eric. Oh, I told everybody because so what happened was I told one and like somebody would recommend that I tell somebody else. So like Lilacs knows and like all of our characters know.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay. So does that change anyone's
I think
mind
that's
about
kind
what
of what
character they
ended up
want to bring?
happening. That's true. Um, I think that's how it played out last week, if I recall correctly. It was like I started with like this core group, and then it was like, oh, but I really think that this person should know too, and
Yeah,
kind of
at this point,
expanded
you've
from there.
worked with
So
everyone.
definitely this core group were the first people I went to, and made sure they all knew they were kind of my priority.
Okay.
I assume I probably should have told the captain. Did I tell the captain? That's the real question.
I don't know. Did you tell the captain?
The sergeant. Sorry, she's a sergeant.
Sergeant, yeah, the sergeant. Like, I'm
Um,
assuming that you guys have been telling the sergeant everything that you've gotten as it comes
yes.
up, right? This one, I have specifically not assumed you haven't, unless you tell me otherwise.
No, I believe I told her.
Okay.
Yes, I did. I did. That's my decision. I told her.
Okay.
But also asked her.
Well, and she's like,
I
what?
mean, not that I think she doesn't tell other people about our cases, but like, she asked me to keep one on the DL, and I'm gonna ask the same of her.
Okay. She's like,
I
because
won't tell people
I
that
don't have my,
please don't tell anybody that I'm going to this meeting.
I don't have my sunglasses on, so you'll just have to imagine them. She's like, well, what are you gonna do? You think we got a mole?
I intend to try to find out.
You go into the meeting. I can't let you
Hmm.
go alone. You got to take backup.
I'm not. I'm not. I've told my team, but I've told nobody outside of my team.
Well,
Extended team. I've told the extended team.
well, shoot. Maybe you could take it. Okay, now I'm afraid if you go with backup, I'm afraid they might wrap it. We could get a like tracking put on you.
I'm fine with that. Do you think they're gonna catch any kind of like recording or surveillance devices?
Well, I don't know.
I will say the sergeant would probably also know that she could ask the hound to pull overtime, and he would, and he basically is a human tracking device based off his superpowers.
Mm,
All right. I'm also gonna ask. Rachel is asking
yeah.
because so it's like a bar, right? Is where I've been invited to.
The Yacht Rock?
That the address I was given. Yeah.
No. It
Oh, it
is
is
a
Yacht Rock. I assumed
it
it was a bar. I was thinking like
it is a
the place that I
literal
was.
it is a
So,
pier that goes out into the harbor that then has like a little walkabout around a big rock.
gotcha. That is different than I anticipated.
Mhm.
That makes
It's perfect for
having
kind of
extras along a lot harder. You were saying the yacht club, is that what it is in Iowa City? The yacht club?
yeah.
That's right. Um,
It was the yacht club.
yeah.
It's not
'Cause
still
I
the
was
yacht
gonna
club,
ask
is
if
it?
Lilacs could come,
Yeah.
but I don't need to play 2 people at once. But I don't think Lilacs can come either. Well,
So
in that case, yes.
so
Cooking
that's
and Rachel.
what Sergeant Barnes is because she wants. I mean, like, because if you can get eyes on the person, maybe we can try and identify him.
Right. I'll at least be able to detect their I have anthropology, whatever that means night nurse can do.
Yeah.
As far as detecting what they can do and who they like what their ability is,
Basically,
which will hopefully help us
yeah.
identify.
Basically identifying mutants if you see one, or identifying a mutant power usually, if they're mutant or not.
Right.
So then that's like she's like, okay, um, like just take this, get a tracking thing put on, and make sure no one else goes.
Okay.
All right, that's all she's like. Just be careful out there. Like, come back right after the meeting.
I
Like,
will.
if 1 o'clock hits and you're not back, we're sending everyone.
Sounds like fun.
Okay. All right. Now, you three, well, the other people that she's told, or night nurse, what do you tell these other people and what do you do?
Sergeant wants me to truly go alone with just tracking.
You want us to
I'm a, I
borrow a van and stay in the neighborhood?
was gonna say staying nearby would be appreciated. Having some
Eh,
kind of way I can tell you that I need you would be
We're
great.
gonna need. We
I don't
might
know
need
what
the
that
boat.
is.
We need the boat. They're on the water.
It's true.
That's fair. Get there quick.
Or at least be in a boat on the pier without them knowing.
Either way, I mean, I have these glasses that have a built-in camera and a mic. As long as that is active and in range, I should be able to track and know where you are and be able to detail your conversations. But if you go into a place that is uh, out of communication, or if they try to block it, I can't do anything about it. But if you wear these, I can follow that from the boat.
I'll
I
leave
need
it to
someone to
you all to
drive the
figure
boat.
out.
Who drives the boat, though? I'm not driving the boat.
Yeah, I can drive the boat,
Really?
he says with more confidence than he should have with his driving skill.
Cool. Blork and I are going to be on a boat, y'all. That'd be awesome.
Okay. So the plan is bulwark and triple jump, get on a boat,
Yeah.
like
You're
far
quite
out
Make
right.
a
into the
plan already.
harbor. Like, how far away from the drop point or the meeting point are you planning on being?
Uh, Who has harbor geography as a skill? I don't. So it's like a sort of a boat casually, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, how much traffic is there? Is there a public dock? Like, how close can we get?
Yep.
Well, so for the size of the boat you're looking at, like it's going to be sundown, right? Well, it's going to be midnight, so zero traffic. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's going to be a couple drunks.
Sure.
We're just three dudes out fishing.
Yeah. Or honestly, if we're in a skiff running no lights, I mean, is it full moon? If it's not full moon, we're probably not going to be that visible if it's at night.
And probably, is the harbor open up into a lake? Like a
Yeah,
Great Lake?
to a river.
To a river. So if we can be sort of where the harbor hits the river, so they only have where the harbor is, and we sort of block that back and forth with lights off as much as we can. I would rather be in a police boat where we can hit the fucking cherries and do something than not.
Mm.
I'm not sure how well they can pick up shit, but I mean, if we're a mile away, can we still do the surveillance we want to do? I don't.
Okay. So you're like how close are you gonna be? 100 feet, 200
Yeah.
feet, 300 feet?
Can we be 5,000 feet away and still have the
Mhm.
ability to get there?
You can be 5,000 feet away. You just won't be able to see anything, right?
We can monitor through. Can we still monitor through electronic surveillance though?
Well, she's just gonna have a tracker on unless you're strapping her up with something else.
If I could give her the glasses that we can, like, it's going to record and we can see and hear through that, that would be ideal. But how close do we need to be able to be to pick up that live? That's the trick.
Okay, well, like so if a football field, right? So 1,000 feet.
I think that's a good place to start.
Nope.
Okay, so the book is gonna go now too, or not? You don't have to.
I don't know where else I'd be sitting. Is there any other place we could even be? I don't know where else I could be useful.
Scuba gear. Do you have the skill scuba dive?
I don't think so, and not so much. Yeah.
Snorkeling. Snorkeling would make more sense.
You
Is
know,
there
for
anything,
Just approach
anything
Here,
off the dock?
quietly.
here's what I'm gonna do. The book and the Weaver originally were not gonna go, and I don't want to force someone to do it, and I'm gonna make you stick to that decision. Okay, I'm gonna have you get rest. Okay,
Come.
because I'm going to fast forward through this scene. All right, night
Okay.
nurse, you drive your way to the really nice part of town, to the harbors. You park, and it's a nice little like curated sidewalk with lamps all the way. And you go across the shoreline, you walk all the way out to the pier. You guys, it's a little bit misty out. You guys are out on the boats, get your lights turned off. You went there an hour or two early, or however, maybe right away after you got the plan put together, right? And the boat's kind of rocking a little bit in the waves as you're coming through. Night nurse, you're walking across. It's about
I want to sense
uh,
trouble. I'm right now.
He,
I want to
uh,
sense trouble as I approach. Is it a trap? Is it a trap?
okay. You can, you know what? Give me a check. I'm not going to tell you the number.
How these checks work, I say how many points I'm going to spend, and I add those to a d6 roll.
Correct.
So I only roll 1d6, but I can say +2 because I have 2 points in sense motive.
Yep.
I always do this wrong, so I should make sure I'm doing it right.
Okay. You got a 7. You don't feel like you're in any danger. You feel tense, but you don't necessarily feel like you're in danger. You walk the rest of the way out to the pier, and you get to the roundabout where there's like, benches, or iron rod benches around there to sit down, and like you can rent little things to put the quarter coin in and look out and across the harbor into the river and whatnot. There is a letter, typed letter, on a bench. What are you gonna do?
I pick it up.
Okay, you pick it up and you take a look. Uh, it simply reads
Did it say anybody? Is it like, is there a name on the envelope? Does it say like, my real name, my code name? Nothing. Okay.
nothing. It simply says, typed. You didn't come alone. We see and know everything.
Hmm.
Hmm. That sucks.
Mhm.
All
This
right,
town
so
has some CCTV where there's like cameras everywhere.
so that took you through the first half of the third shift. It's just past midnight now. Um, what do you guys want to do? Just want to call it a night? Go break down some doors. What do you want to do?
Can Triple Jump talk to the book real
Yeah, you can call him. He's home
quick?
asleep.
Never mind, I won't call him then.
Okay.
Triple Jump will take whatever found, this join Cypher's army, and the address, and just do as much data collection as possible, uh, researching this so they have what they need to do in the morning.
You can just go there right now if you want.
Triple Jump's not the kind of guy who goes there, but he would
It's like
very
1 in
much
the
like
morning.
to know what's there before somebody
Yeah,
else goes
you look at the address and you're like, oh, it's a meatpacking plant.
there. Okay.
Like
Um,
an industrial meatpacking plant.
okay. What about uh, One-Eyed Jack? What do we know about whereabouts of James?
He's a waiter. And you've got like he his last known job. You have that because he's actually on parole. So you don't necessarily have a place where he stays at permanently because he does kind of have to couch surf every once in a while, but he has to have a job, and he is working at a kind of swank restaurant in the what's the second nicest part of the town? In the Capes. Yeah, actually, this is the
Okay.
nicest part of, which is the right central. It's the green part. Um, kind of high skill
Okay.
dining area.
Uh, hey, Bulwark.
Mhm.
I know you can drive a boat. Can you drive a car?
Sure. I've got a license.
You want to drive out to the Capes with me real quick?
Yeah, I mean, if this is a personal question, I guess I never have seen you drive a cop car. Can you not drive?
I can drive, obviously.
Yeah. It's touchy. I'm not going to push. I was just curious.
Yeah. No. No. I can. I can drive.
Yeah, yeah, no. I'd be happy to drive you over.
Great. I mean, cool.
Now, you think the restaurant? It is past midnight, almost 1 in the morning. The restaurant's going to be closed if you go to the Capes.
Oh, I thought maybe it'd still just be open enough for us to hit the tail end of this stuff.
I mean, yeah, actually, no, I'm fine with that. That's cool. All right, now here's the question though. Midnight Nurse, what are you doing?
The Midnight Nurse. Ooh.
Oh, the night nurse.
I like it though. It's like her dark side. It's midnighters. Um, I want to see if there's anything to get off of this letter. I have forensic analysis. I do not have document analysis, but I have friends who do. I have, sorry, nope, I lied. I have evidence collection and energy residue analysis. Not have document analysis. I am a forensic scientist. That's why I thought I had forensic. I have forensic anthropology. I don't think that helps in this case. Fingerprints. I have fingerprinting.
Yeah, that'd be
I
a
don't
good
know if there's
one,
anything to find.
right?
They're smart. There's nothing to find, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, unfortunately, you'd give this letter the whole rundown, and what you can't figure out is like from the time you got the email, which was this morning, right,
Hmm.
to the time that this letter was put here, and it's typed in a letter.
Hmm.
You're not quite sure how that could happen.
Ooh. This is a weird one. Can I analyze the ink and see if it's the same ink that the printers here at our precinct use?
If you want a weird but fun fact from having worked as a printer technician, you could actually tell which printer model it came from. If you have the
That's the kind of thing I was like, I don't know how specific I can get, but Jordan has been a printer tech.
Wow, really? You can do that?
so most printers actually put like a dot code into the back of print jobs so that you can tell what sort of printer it came from.
Okay.
Uh,
That's sort of or like the actual specific printer.
typically, it's not like serial locked. It'll tell you what type of printer you're looking at.
Because of
Does it match what we can?
your limited exposure to a lot of printers in the world, you're like you can't quite tell, but because this information is so flip and cool that we just learned tonight, I am going to give this to you. Uh, it's going to match the model that is in the precinct.
We only have one printer in the whole precinct?
The precinct all bought the same printer.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That makes sense. I was like, we only have one printer. Got it.
Hey, can I throw out there data retrieval and document analysis together? Can I analyze the print queue as things have come through to figure out whose computer it came from? Also have cryptography.
Oh, damn it.
Analysis or no, I don't have data retrieval. Never mind. Just
You were
kidding. Does
foolish to
somebody
think
have
that we
data?
wouldn't be able to break this printer, mystery. Come on.
Seriously, what the
You should have gone
hell?
with typewriters,
Lilac
man.
has
Should have
data
gone with typewriters.
retrieval.
I mean, it is midnight the night before the ending, the thing's gonna pop off. But man,
Sorry,
uh,
Jared.
No is an
no,
okay answer, obviously.
I
But
get it, but this
This is
is
really obscure.
you guys have killed it. I love this putting in there. Now there's gonna be a bunch of different thrown in there. Um, boy,
You might need to have it be like glued magazine letters in
I'm going to
clear
give you
place.
a cue, but not where it's from.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, the time is gonna be at uh, 8:35.
Right after shift change. Interesting.
so it could be anybody, right? It could be someone on their way out. It could be someone on their way in. Oh.
Yeah. I am gonna go to the sergeant with that information very discreetly.
Are you sure that
See,
it's not?
I think we do.
Sure, it's not her.
Oh, that's a good point. She knew we didn't come alone, but she told me to come alone as well.
Yeah,
I
I
hadn't
mean, we
decided
could
then when that thing got printed.
if we trust Department IT, we could just ask who printed it. It's on an office
An
print
IT
queue.
connection.
They'll have a record.
No.
They all hate me. The whole IT department hates mutants. We do not talk to them.
Well, they hate
Yes.
copiers, which that's true. They do. They hate copiers.
That's always the out of these, right? Nope, not for a mutant, right? That's always
Yeah.
the out. Yeah, you could.
Not wrong.
Yes. Huh. Okay, so we know two people are gonna go to the Capes tonight at like 1 a.m. Um, is Night Nurse went back, very simple to do, and the book, I guess, at this point is up and helping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys, if Night Nurse and the book want to do something next, think about it together. Whether you want to split off and do something on your own, but you can have a scene. I'm not going to say just doing the whole printer thing took up the whole time from midnight to 4 a.m. Okay. All right. Triple jump.
Want to
Bulwark.
go to secrets and see if there's something fun we can do?
Let's go. See if we can shake down one-eyed Jack. All right. You uh hop in a car. Obviously, Bulwark's going to be driving. As you mull over your head a little bit, why does Triple Jump keep asking you to be the
Yeah.
person that drives? It seems to be a weird offhand thing. But you notice as he's just tapping on the front of the car, nervousness. You keep seeing him kind of phase out here and there.
Yeah, that'd be
You
bad while you're driving.
you pull into uh work in the restaurant. You go into like, so this place is gorgeous, but it's late at night, so you can find parking downtown pretty easily. It is a pirate themed restaurant in the caves. You uh they kind of give you like, hey, we're closed. Right? No more. No more. Especially the greeter at the door obviously spots that you're mutants. Right? Um, what?
No, that's cool. Whatever. Come on, Bulwark. We'll take our business elsewise. We'll go
Fine.
around the side.
Yeah.
Bye.
Uh, hey, Bulwark, do you smoke?
Not normally, but I can if you need me to.
Come on.
Is so up for anything.
Yeah, he really is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh,
I mean, he's had a cigar or two, but like, he's kind of more into his physique, he's trying to build up a little bit, all those cigars bad for your lung.
nah. Have you ever worked service industry before?
No, that's one thing I've never done.
About
And I
this time
can't
of
say
night.
I'm up for that, We kind of do have a job already.
Yeah, no. Let's just go around the back. There should be a guy smoking back there by now. We might be able to
Mhm.
schmooze.
Okay.
Yep. Now, triple jump, I do want to point this out. While you're making this plan, you also just remember that you are law enforcement.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to point that out. You don't like because the greeter tells you to go away doesn't mean you have to.
I like the idea of no, he wanted to go around the back anyway. Like
Okay.
talk to the we want to talk to the people, not
Us
the
boys.
bourgeois, the establishment. We're gonna go around the back. Anyway.
Okay.
I want to
Nice.
talk to cooks and servers
That's fine.
smoking out by the dumpster, you know what I mean? Back door.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So you go back there and you see because it is 1 a.m., people are they're just waiting for the last couple maybe like one and a half tables are left on there. They're just waiting for them to finish up so they can get out and start cleaning up, right? Getting the vacuuming done, putting the tables up, flipping the chairs. Anyone who's worked in the service industry, bless you all, by the way, if you're out there listening to this, it is not an easy job. I did it for many years. Um, so they're you just having a cigarette, right? Out there. There's especially like the chefs are already at work scrubbing everything down, but you got the servers just waiting for the people to leave so they can do their job to clean everything up off the tables. So you get back there, and there's a couple dudes dressed as pirates having a smoke in the back there. They see you coming, and they kind of both start backing up because it is like in an alleyway behind the restaurant, right? Like, what are
Uh,
you saying here?
uh, hey, do you guys have a light?
One of the pirates like takes a cigarette out and just like flicks it at you. It's like, not for no freaks. Go back to the nests where you belong, huh? And that guy goes back inside. Um, the
I'll
other
put my
guy's like,
badge on the guy that's left.
look, that guy is like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hey, I'm sorry that guy was so rude. Yes, I have a light. Here you go.
Thank you.
Um, here's the, here's your light. This guy, you're like, matches everything that you're looking for. Okay.
James.
Yep. Late 30s. That's how he's wearing a full pirate costume, including an eye patch. And he's like, "What? Uh, can I go or can I help you? What? I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing, man."
Me either. This is crazy. Bulwark, what do you think?
We just we're here wanting to chat about some other mutants that might be known to this establishment.
Yeah. Cypher's army. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, hey, okay, hey, man, hey, look, look, you guys already know that I'm on like, I can't get,
You're on probation.
I can't,
Yeah.
yes, I can't lose this
Oh,
job. All right,
yeah.
hey,
If you were part
hey,
of that, it's probably crazy, right? Like,
look,
ooh,
hey, here, tell you what, go around the front. Tell them it's for me. I'll have a slice of pie waiting for you. Okay, I can't afford to lose this job. Tell you, tell you what. I'm gonna be done. I just have to go polish some silverware, right, man? And I'll be done like in a half hour. Can you just hang out? Is that cool? Like, just
bullshit
don't
connector.
make a scene. I can't
Detector.
lose this job. Okay.
Bullshit detector.
He is very worried about not losing his job. Right, that part is very clear. But he's not telling you everything.
Yeah, finish your side work. Obviously, like do that real quick, and we'll wait for you.
All
It's
right,
cool.
yeah, here, yeah, go up front. I'll be right back. He goes
Yeah,
in the back door. What are you guys
You
doing?
want to stay here and finish your smoke, and I'll go
yeah.
eat some pie.
You go to the
Yeah,
front. That sounds good.
yeah.
I'll hang out here, and I'm gonna kind of hang out a little bit so that I'm like not gonna hide, but I'm not gonna try to like just be standing right in the front.
Okay. Bulwark, you go back around, and the greeter's like, "Didn't I just tell you we're closed?" Okay. And however, you see the guy behind the greeter going like, "Hey, no, hey, no. He's with me. Let him in. Come on in." He's got two small plates of pie. And he's
Oh,
like,
perfect.
"Here you go. Hey, just sit over here, just relax, hang out. This is for like for friends, family, hang out. Hey, where's your friend, man?
Oh, he wanted to finish off his smoke. He'll be in a bit later. Without the nicotine, he gets a little jittery.
It's good pie. All right, okay.
I'll eat it for him. I'll tell him how good it was.
All right." He puts down the pie, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'll just go. I'll just go. I'll let him know." And he starts to leave through the front door.
I'll follow him.
What is with you guys, man? I'll get him. I'll get him, okay?
Oh, no, I was just gonna come out and check and make certain that he was finished up here. We can both walk around and chat with him.
Okay. Okay. He walks to the front door and as you get close, he's holding the door open for you. As you get
Uh-huh.
close, give me a danger sense.
Yeah. Let's see. How does that one work? Is that just like
So
sense trouble or
yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
sense trouble? Cool.
Yeah, sense trouble, sorry.
Mm,
Too
no,
many
that's okay.
systems, too many similarly
Yeah.
named things. Yeah, you
Oh,
got it.
that was terrible.
Yeah, you crushed it. You only needed a 4. So yeah, you got a 7, so you got it easily. For this guy, because he is telegraphing it as he's holding the door open. As you get closer, he is ready to slam it in your face as hard as he can. So as you get closer, you just want to walk into it, or you want
Uh, I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? I am going to just pop up a little nice force field up at the top of the door. So if he tries to slam the door into it, it's just gonna hit that and stay open.
okay, yeah, sounds good. All right, as you come closer, he comes to the door. He's like, "I'm never talking to you, big man," and he slams the door as hard as he can, and the top of it just shatters against the invisible force field that you put up there. And he's like, just the shock on his face. You have him basically caught on surprise? Do you want to do anything? Behind the building, triple jump, you hear the sound of breaking glass coming from the front of the building.
I'd just like to reach out and cuff him.
Okay, it's going to be a scuffling check because
Yep.
he's going to resist. You have the jump on him for sure. So you
Do I
think
think
you
it'd be
get
faster?
a 4.
Do I think
Need to
it'd be
beat a
faster
four.
to try to run through the restaurant or go around? Like, is
Run
around the
through
building?
Running through the restaurant's going to be faster.
I'll try to do that then.
Okay. All right. So you're trying to cuff him, right? If you
Mhm.
spend another 2 points because you hit, you can spend another. Actually, you need to spend 4 points. You can cuff him. If you had someone else there, you
So,
could do it for only 2 and automatic. Yeah.
sorry, what now? I need to hit a 10 to cuff him?
No, you can just spend 4 more points, actually.
Oh, four total. Ah, okay. I only have 3 points left, so don't have it.
Okay, so you don't get to automatically cuff him, but you can scuffle him, trying to take him down to the ground. So
Yeah,
that is a D6 minus 2, unless you have like a weapon.
got it. Okay, so let's do that.
Okay.
2, bam. So ignore the scuffle check. Shouldn't have done a scuffle check then, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah, you got it. Nice. Okay. Yes, running through the restaurant's going to be the faster move here.
I'll do that.
Okay. You come through the back door, which is still propped open from people calling out trash from the day. Enter into a very nice, actually, kitchen on the front door. You see the door, the double swinging doors that can burst out at the front. There is 2 chefs cleaning off the things. You manage to hop over, burst the doors. There are 2 people like paying their bills at this point, like look at like the gasping as you go and you see kind of through the front of the restaurant, you see Bulwark has just laid into One-Eyed Jack, and he's stumbling back. Now we roll for initiative at this point, and you hear someone like probably the manager like, "Hey, you can't do that." Um, roll for initiative. Mine's gonna be pretty bad at this point.
How does
Actually,
initiative work again? I always forget.
Not a problem. You figure out what pool of thing that you want to use, and
That's
you roll a
right.
d6 and
Yeah,
add
yeah, yeah.
that. I got an 8.
And that was my other question. Should I have done a scuffling check, or did I just need to do the 1d6 minus 2 from earlier? Like, would
So
I have
you
used those
you
scuffling points?
rolled to hit already for scuffling, and
Yeah.
then you do damage, which is 1d6 minus 2.
Ah, that was the 1d6 minus 2. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm gonna do a athletics check for my initial. Like I'm just trying to like run through and get to a point where I can like land on top of uh the dude.
I'm totally fine with you going straight to a scuffling check.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you can hop over the tables or whatever, get there and start fighting.
Great.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Bulwark at a 4. I'm at an 8. What do you got? Triple jump.
3.
Ah, ah. Okay. Because I got an initiative, I'm going to try and run. We're going to start a chase. Okay. Remember, chase is to fail. So I've got this much athletics. I'm going to spend 2, trying to get to a 4. So D6 plus 2. Failed. All right. To be able to, since I totally failed my running away, you guys can just go ahead and scuffle him. That's fine. He trips trying to run.
It's way easier than teleporting, so thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Do we have to do anything special? Can we
No,
literally
you
just like
just do a
tackle
scuffling
him
check.
and scuff and cuff
Yeah,
him?
just do a scuffling check. Yeah. Since you're both there now, scuffling him, one of you just has to do a successful scuffle, and the other one can spend 2 points on athletics to cuff him.
I'll do the athletics part if that's cool, Bulwark.
Sure. I don't have that much scuffle left, but you might not.
You
I
just need to get
didn't
a,
to begin with, so
you just got to get a
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
Alright.
Hey.
You've got him like in a half Nelson, and then boom, triple jump. You get the cuff him, get his arms behind his back. All right, you've caught him for
Miranda
sure.
right.
And read him the Miranda.
Yeah.
Okay, switch to night.
Assaulting an officer, trying to flee. Uh, uh, the
Resisting arrest, you know.
resisting
That's really
arrest.
starting with
Uh,
All right,
there's another one I'm trying to think
obstruction
of.
of
Yeah, we got it.
justice.
We got enough. We got enough.
you
Shut up.
got it. You got
Go
it.
for
You got it. Okay, over to night nurse in the book. You guys are in the office. You kind of get this bone tingling sensation. And you're like, wait a minute. Someone in office at 8:35 printed a letter saying that you didn't come alone. We see everything. What do you do with this information?
I don't know.
Mute.
They must have printed out multiple letters, right, for every possible situation.
Guess so.
You
How
have
early
that
do you think?
thought. You have that thought, but you quickly dismiss it because how do you know? How would they know which one to leave?
Right. If they knew which one to leave, we would have seen them.
It must have been they knew that we were coming,
Leaving.
that they were going with you.
Right. I think the conversations we have about this should definitely not occur inside the precinct.
Yeah. Do you guys have any leads that you want to follow right now, or you just want to go to bed?
I mean, I'm still pretty beat. I was paperwork. I mean, paperwork does not equal being beat, but like I also shot a guy yesterday, so
Do we have anyone that has electronic surveillance? Because I feel like we need to before we accuse our boss of being something goofy, we should at least check the office to see if it's bugged. And are there, by the way, any? I was looking at the Quake diagram. I didn't see anything like. Am I missing super hearing?
I believe it's on there somewhere. Let me take a look. I know olfactory is
Okay, so there
on
is
there.
hearing. Yeah. Okay. Is
Yeah,
that hearing
hearing's right next to olfactory center. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what that one would be. Like if someone wanted to like hear from across a room or from a different part of the building or whatever. That's like super hearing.
Yeah, there's no such thing as like super hearing in this world.
Okay. Okay. So I would suspect then it must be someone's electronically monitoring her,
Digital surveillance.
or else it's her.
Yeah. Right. But
Anyone
I didn't
else
tell her.
know?
I told her I was gonna go alone. And then I went to you guys and said, but I don't want to be alone.
Was it one of us?
We can trust
I'll
each
go.
other. Or,
Who-
oh no, what else was happening while that was happening? What if they were just trying to distract us? And like, no matter whether I showed up alone or not, that was going to be there saying you didn't come alone.
Should
What
we
if they
go
were to keep
to
us away from something else that was happening?
let's go to your place with our guns out to see maybe someone rifled through your place.
Good idea.
Possible they just wanted you to not be at home. I don't know what they'd be going for
Excuse me
there.
of not being alone, even if I was actually alone.
Should we check your desk and make sure it hasn't been broken into? I mean, are you
Yeah.
working on any other files?
Just the Vanessa pool and missing people, but we don't really have much on the missing people at the moment. Somebody was doing that earlier today. It wouldn't be on my desk. I didn't research that.
You check your desk and you don't see anything out of the ordinary, even using some of your like collected evidence and stuff like that. Um, you guys don't have a direct plan that you want to do right now, which is absolutely fine. I just was wondering if you guys had a lead that you wanted to follow on for any of your cases. I like where your head's at. I like where you're thinking. I'm going to finish up with these guys over here, and I'm going to come back to you and ask you just one question. Okay. All right. Triple jump, bulwark. You have one-eyed Jack pupped and on the ground. Uh, During the scuffle, you see that his eye patch actually fell off. In its place is a glowing red socket. You now realize that his other eye is actually a fake plastic eye. Uh,
Both
you
eyes are.
No, so he's got a patch over one, right? You knock the patch off. He's got a red glowing orb over here, and then his eye that you thought he was looking with or whatever, that's a fake
Yeah.
eye.
Okay.
It, okay. Um, it was like, oh man, I told Dan messing with those guys was bad news. Hey, look, what? Just get get me off here, please. Look. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Whatever you want. I Come on, man. You're messing with bad
Why did
people.
you why did you tell us the first time? We could have done the back behind the restaurant. Why'd you have to be an asshole?
Look, man. Like I can't lose this job. And look, my ship's over here. Like they're gonna know I'm a mutant now, man.
Bulwark, he said this last time. Why does it
Whatever,
always happen like this?
Yeah,
It
whatever.
was
I
literally
mean,
the same thing he said.
you could have taken the
It's
easy route, man. We tried to play the nice cop route. You decided to go, the dumb criminal route.
I don't
whatever,
even like
man.
pie. More of a cake guy.
I mean, the pie looked delicious. That was a good distraction. I'll give you
I
points
wouldn't have
for
ate
that.
it anyway.
It was a fantastic pie. Um, you he was like his shoulders slip, like he knows he's like the manager comes over, sees is like fired, gone. Uh, so you now have one-eyed Jack. And
Obstructing justice, assaulting an officer,
okay, man,
fleeing the
I get
scene.
it. What do you want? Like you're
I
asking about
want
the
to
Cipher
know
Army?
what
Here's
OK
here's
Boomer's up to. Yeah.
look. Here's what I know, man. Look, we went to a private meeting. There's like these like little flyers going around about going to join the Cypher's army or whatever. So we go to this private meeting to meet this woman. Like she had a ton of piercings. And she has like a kind of short haircut or whatever. She's some sort of mutant. A bunch of piercings on her face. But I just don't know what her deal was. She told us that there was going to be a time when mutants wouldn't have to be afraid anymore or be confined to the nests. Man, she's recruiting warriors for something called Cypher's Army. In order for us to join, she needed a blood sample to run a lab from each of us. But what she pulled out was like a syringe with just like green goo in it, man. He said it was like a blood thinner because mutants don't process like regulars do. Man, I freaked out. I'm not giving my blood to anyone. Who knows what can be done with it these days? But Dan, he was into it. I haven't seen him since.
Where
Where
did
did
this
you meet
happen?
this lady?
Yeah.
She tells you it was in like in a at the park at the preserve. So like nothing like kind of private, but not really private. And we can really see what's going on over there, but there's no cameras at all.
Could you?
And the woman that he describes sounds like someone who should already be in jail.
Do we know who that would be?
Short
Yeah,
hair and piercings?
yeah, I'll give it to you. Only because I kind of messed up. Uh, I kind of messed up at the very beginning talking about what Jezebel looked like. It's not Jezebel, who also has piercings, but it is sounds like Genesis Jackson.
Okay.
She's already in jail. We
Mutant
already put her in
piercing.
jail. She not in
Well,
jail?
we handed her off to the feds. We were going to put
Fuck.
her into witness protection,
Oh,
perhaps.
they're killing me.
We
Yeah.
think
Killing
we
me.
thought we gave her over to the feds. What if that was not a federal agent?
Bum,
Yeah.
bum,
We
bum.
didn't check her credentials.
Or if the federal agent was playing catch and release for another release reason. Yeah, we don't know. Could be
Okay.
bait.
Could be part of a whole nother uh, uh, investigation, like a another undercover situation.
Genesis is a fed. Is that what you're saying?
I'm bad at that kind of stuff. I don't
Look, man, I
know.
don't know what is going on here. I just know I don't want any part of it.
How did you get in contact with her to set up the meeting?
Well, just these flyers, man. And so we came by and she wanted like to talk to us or whatever and gave us a flyer and then we just went for the meeting.
Got it.
Let's put him in the car real quick. Bulwark, just real quick.
Yep. We just need to have a
Put him in the
quick
back
chat.
of the squad car.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you put him in the squad car. He realizes at this point he's totally effed.
Bulwark, I hadn't told anybody yet, but I was thinking about using my law degree and trying to be a part of the DA's office.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have to be able to drive for that?
No, I'm pretty sure you don't have to be able to drive for that. Thank you for asking, though. But maybe we can tell him that we can cut a deal if he goes undercover or some shit, right? Like he has to like go in and like he was already, approached. What if we like use him?
We could. I don't know that we could trust him. He's pretty shifty. I'd be
Oh,
afraid
I
he's
don't
just
think we
gonna
could
bolt.
trust him at all. But I think we could follow him in and
Well,
something
we'd
that
have
Brock
to.
could just shoot the guys, that are there after that part. I don't really
Yeah,
do
it's
that
just
part anyway.
do we have the manpower to follow him 24/7? Because that's what we'd have to do at this point. I don't think we
We
could let him out of our sight.
I don't know how legally.
Yeah.
I don't think we could do it. I don't know how much that costs though, right? Either.
I don't think we could force him to be an informant, but yeah, we don't really have a good reason to to arrest him. I was just going to release him. But yeah, if you want to tell him that, hey, we'll let you go if you join this, we can see if he bites. I figure he's probably going to pull a runner, but he might go with it.
He hasn't asked for representation yet.
No,
Let's
he hasn't.
bring him down to the station and try to make a deal before he can actually ask for a lawyer.
I mean, I'd make the deal right now. I think if we bring him back to the station and he's on parole, I think he's off parole at that point.
Good point. Let's make the deal on the way and then be real nice guys and not take him in.
Yeah, exactly. Let's make the deal right now. Be like, hey, we have to take you in. I'm afraid that's it. You're going back. But you work for us, and we can just let this go.
Yeah, I like this a lot. Great. Okay. Okay, you drive.
Yep.
Okay, you put him in the back, and you start kind of this good cop, bad cop kind of back and forth talking about what he can do. He knows he's not in great shape. Then you start dangling the idea of the carrot of maybe not taking him in all the way. And he goes like, well, okay, hey man, look, I can't, look, ah, I'm a bad liar, man. No one's
He
gonna
is
buy
a liar.
that. But what, you know what? But I can tell you this. Whatever they're trying to do, man, she said that everyone was going to be ready Friday night. Okay? But that's all I know. Like, look, whatever you want me to do, I just won't be able to do it. They'll be able to spot me. They can smell it on me, man.
Do you have a
What
way to
about-
get in touch with OK Boomer?
Yeah. What about Dan?
Should I call him back? I don't know. As
I
soon as
think
I
that
as soon as I left him from there, I tried to call him to see what the deal was. I'm not getting nothing.
I think that if you were to use all of your resources and really tried and found Boomer, then we could probably not worry about all this other stuff, like assaulting my partner or obstructing justice. Like, if you really tried really hard to find Dan, even though you're not good at it, even if you tried really hard, I bet we could find a way to not worry about it.
Get me a job.
Yeah, we can even find you a job. Can you drive?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Cool
there's
skill.
probably jobs. Probably.
Look, man, I'll do the best that I can, okay? Something bad's coming to this city, all right?
We don't like it either. We're the good guys.
He doesn't say anything. All right, you drop him off before you get to the station, and you think you
Yeah.
have maybe an informant that's going to try and help out to find Dan.
More than I thought we would have.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll take it.
Yeah, maybe a
Better than
driver for you. Who knows?
nothing.
Now, getting back to the night nurse in the book, I'm just going to have one question for you. You've got this kind of crazy theory working up. It's getting later as the night goes on. You throw out a couple different things that you might do right now. It is 2 in the morning. Just tell me what your character is going to do.
I want to go check my apartment.
Or I'll provide backup.
Okay, you're both gonna go.
Also, I assume Sergeant Barnes is not like in the precinct right now, right? Like she is home asleep.
Well, she was there waiting to hear from you guys, right?
Okay.
So, assumably, you get that. As soon as you
I said
didn't,
that I told her, but then there's questions about her loyalty, so I assumed I was still deciding what I tell her.
well, no, but
We've
you
also
said
done a
you
bunch
were
of
you.
research.
She said she was going to be there, right, till like 1 a.m. waiting to hear back. Like as soon as she doesn't hear anything, she's going to send the army out to find you. I'm assuming you came back and told her that you're fine.
I told her I was back. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, well, what'd you find? And assumably you tell her about the letter.
Yeah, I tell her they think I didn't come alone, but I try not to tell her that my colleagues came with me, that there were people on a boat
Uh,
nearby. See how she reacts. If she knows they came. So just like they think I didn't come alone. They left this letter. I think it was I don't know what it was. It was just a decoy of some kind.
it's someone just trying to run us ragged. Go home, get some sleep. And she starts packing up for the night to
Yeah.
leave. She leaves. Okay, you guys are still there. Now you're gonna go to your apartment, yeah, and Book's gonna go with you.
So we feel confident that there's no reason to search her office for bugging devices because you told her you were going alone. So I I
Yeah.
guess we go check out, make
And
sure there's no one in your apartment.
yeah. Start there.
All right. I don't know what part of the city that you live in. We're gonna assume Hillsborough, which is like the middle class sort of. There's gonna be some mutants that kind of still live over in Hillsborough, of course. 1% population after all. You guys are in the car, you start heading back. You're probably just gonna drop off, I assume, drop off night nurse, and the Book's gonna take the car back home for the night or whatever. Um,
Still we
go drop her
drive,
off.
but it'd be nice to have something in case something weird is happening at my apartment.
I need you both to make um I'm gonna get it right this time. Give me a second. Sense trouble checks.
I already used all my points on that, so
Well, the good news is I haven't used any of my points yet. The bad news is I don't have any points in it. So there's that. So
Uh, okay, well, give me a roll. It's possible to still no. Okay. All right. You just pull up to your apartment. We're gonna say apartment at this point.
yeah.
Um assume you live alone. Um maybe a dog, maybe a cat. Let's say cat. Um all right, so it's a walk up to there. Do you both get out to go up into the apartment? Because you said that you were gonna help check out. Do you actually get out of the car or do you not get out of the car, Book?
I was gonna get out of the car if you're comfortable with that, night nurse.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, let's go on up there. We'll check the place out and then I'll call it night.
Okay. You get out your keys to unlock the front door, get into your apartment. You kind of I mean you're checking around to make sure like because you're like you're not totally oblivious. You're still kind of like making sure there's no lights on, anything obvious like that. Okay. And you're like, no, don't see anything. You
My
open
cat approach. Just not
no,
actually in the apartment. It's outside. Okay.
no, there's nothing from your cat.
Hmm. Here,
You
kitty.
you walk in the front door
Oh, I don't want to announce my presence. I don't do that. I
and
don't
you
announce
need
my presence.
you enter the front door and I need you both, assuming you both go into the front door, to give me a health check. Now, if you've never done, I don't know if we've really
What?
done a health check before. It is a bizarre type of
Oh,
check. It works just the same as every other check. It's D6, except you say how much of your health you're going to use to add on to your roll. So what you have to figure out is the thing I'm trying to defeat worse than the amount of health I'm going to spend? Totally bizarre. It is a mind like it's it's a puzzle.
Okay. But we don't know what it is we're trying to avoid until it's too late.
Yeah,
and what we need to be.
you missed your sense trouble or whatever, and
Yeah.
so you just
Fair enough.
walked right into it.
I'll throw a point into it. What the hell? 4.
Okay.
I was gonna do more than that, so now I'm feeling like this is overkill, but I'm doing 3.
Okay. So okay, I have a 7 and a 4. Okay, got it. Victims in small airtight space suffer hypoxia. As you enter into it, because you just entered in through the front door, there's a little bit of, oh, it's like whenever you get out of like a hotly steamed shower when you first get out of it, it's like a little, like you kind of notice when you're walking, like that's a little bit, but then you get a little bit further in, you hear the door shut behind you, and you suddenly find yourself completely without air as you're now like
Ooh,
you
shit.
immediately drop to your knees. Well,
Shit.
yeah, you guys are in real trouble. Uh, so here's what I have. You have a minute or two, okay? You are you are in your apartment. You know the layout of your apartment, though. Pretty small. Um, the book, you don't know that much about the apartment. I'm not going to require you to do initiative unless you do something totally crazy. What is it that you plan to do here?
I'm gonna go try to open a window.
Okay, you rush to the window as you put your fingers on it. The curtains are probably open, or at least half. Even if they're shut, even just a little bit, you go to put your fingers underneath there, you see a red laser dot pop over where your chest area would be. Do you still want to open the window? You certainly can if you wish to.
Can I say this window has a fire escape? Because what I really want to do is just dive right through the window
Yeah, you can totally do that.
and
I
surprise
forgot.
whoever's trying to shoot me. Just like dive right through. I'm just breaking the glass. I'm trying to avoid whatever shots trying to come at me.
Okay, I do need to point this out. Um, both of you need to lose 1 off of every single general skill that you have.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna try and dive through the window. Book, what are you doing?
Like terrible idea.
I haven't looked this skill up. Is it something you can do from far, far away, or is it something that can that oxygen one I mentioned earlier? Is that something that someone has to be nearby, like in the room, or is that something that could be done from afar and left to cook while they walked away, or
Centered on any point within range. And range, for the most part, for the superpowers, is line of sight.
site? I'm going to I'm going to use architecture, which I have. I don't know
Nice.
this apartment layout. If I were guessing that someone was in this apartment hiding, where would be the most reasonable place to hide?
Okay, perfect. Yes, you generally have the outlay of the apartment at this point, and you are pretty sure if someone would be in here, right? They would be in the kitchen,
Okay.
which is
Right.
if you go down this hallway, like it opens up to the right into a living room space. There's a bedroom over there. Across the hallway, there is a bedroom. Then you come back this way, and the dining room just kind of opens up into a kitchen over there. It's got a half part, so they wouldn't. Everything's dark in here. Everything's turned off. So if you're like by the front door, they they're just hidden just out of view right now,
Okay.
basically.
So they could center it from where they are to where I am, and I wouldn't be able to see them. Um,
Yeah.
okay. Night Nurse is going for the window. I don't know anything about a red dot. I'm gonna roll into the kitchen and shoot the first person I see.
Okay. All right. So we are going to do initiatives then. All right. So then I'm going to do D6 plus 6 and D6 plus 6. All right. An 11 and an 8. So shooting, that's going to be using, well, your shooting skill. And then for busting through the window, that's going to be your athletics, right? Yeah, athletics.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Was I all like healed up from our last? Like, should I have had all my pool back from our last encounter at the gun show? Still had
No,
all my numbers down.
because you spent the day having to do paperwork.
That's
You
what I thought. So,
this is
okay.
your third shift basically that you're in right now. Okay.
Yep.
So all physical skills are going to be at a further -2 for night nurse.
Oh. So I
Yeah.
should be subtracting something from what I just rolled, which makes it a 0. We're just gonna say
Yeah.
it's a 0.
Okay. All right. And then let's see how the book got a 10. Okay. So I've
It
got
should be 9 actually. I forgot to you said subtract one off all the generals, so it
yeah.
should be a 1 for
Okay.
-1 of
Perfect.
all. Yep.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So I got an 11, which is the guy in the kitchen wearing a mask over his face. Okay. He's wearing everything in black, right? And as you roll over there, pulling your gun, he doesn't have a gun pulled or anything like that. As you roll in there, shorter person, possibly female, most likely female. Surprised look on her face. You just kind of see her eyes behind these goggles. And then a mask, right? You can't really get much else detail off of it. Oop. You hear, well, you don't because there's no air. The fist is coming at a much more rapid clip than you would expect a normal fist to be thrown.
Okay.
So I just need that to hit. Hey, I did it. Sorry, book. I'm gonna punch you in the face for 6. That was
Wow.
with her fist.
Holy shit, that takes me down to 0.
Okay.
Um,
So you're still
I'm gonna
operating. You can operate till a -5.
you know what? I'm gonna pull my kinetic energy dispersion to turn that to completely uh, nullify the impact.
You do that with focus?
Yeah, blunt force trauma. Force from bullets, falling debris, objects moved by telekinesis. All kinetic energy invested in a single movement.
Refreshing energy, foam, debris, impact.
Would that count for a fist?
I don't think that's for a fist, buddy.
Okay. All right, I'll take the hit then.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's more for anything propelled through the air, it looks like.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's your turn though at 9
Shit. So it's the lady with the gas mask on
in the kitchen.
that just punched the shit out of me.
Yeah, so it's your turn.
All right. So she's not the problem right now. I mean, that sucks, but she's not the one doing this shit. Oh well, that's all right. I'm just gonna blast away. I don't have much else here.
Sure. Yeah. So shooting at point blank, you only need a 3 to hit.
Yeah, I'll put 2 points into that.
Okay. All right. So you hit. Roll a d6. I think light firearms are just d6. 5. Okay.
Land. Yep.
Yeah. She takes the shot to her gut. As she gets hunches down, ready to hit you again, basically. Okay. Because Night Nurse is at 0. initiative. The red laser dot, you know for a fact you're going last.
Mhm.
The red laser dot holds its fire, waiting for something. You may go, but I may interrupt you depending on what you do.
I am allowed to change what I'm doing and not try to smash through the window, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Can I do? Okay. Do I have to take whatever roll I did for initiative? I don't get like another new roll if I do a different thing.
Well, you're going
I don't think
last,
I
so
totally
no.
understand that.
You're going last, so it doesn't matter. Do what you want to do.
Well, I was thinking about preparedness to have both walkie-talkie on me and have a signal for colleague is like a distress signal.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Give me, because you knew you're going into a a possibly dangerous situation. Yeah, I'm only gonna give you like a 4. You got to beat a 4.
This is something I still have a decent number of points in too. Only a 4, so we're gonna go big so we hopefully get some backup.
It's pretty funny. Okay. Yes, you have it. It's gonna be one of your shoulder-mounted ones that you guys have that's issued. Um, what's the code? What do you send out?
Um, it's not like a Morse code thing at all. It's just we know that 5 really fast beeps means it's like a phone distress signal.
Okay.
5 really
Yeah,
fast beeps
you
is
do 5 what would be clicks, but you can't hear it in the totally oxygen deprived room that you're in. And you can do a motion. So that's like your action. Like if you want to drop down, go somewhere
to
within your
drop down.
apartment. Is that what you want to do? You want to drop down?
Now I'm dropping down like below the windowsill.
Okay. You drop down to the floor. The gun does not fire. Everyone who's still in the room that doesn't have a gas mask on lose 1 more point from all of your general skills. This includes health and composure too.
Can you go negative?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now, what
Even
I'm
a
going to
negative
say
for
though, what I'm going to say at this point, does that put you to negative?
for like athletics, I'm at a negative.
Oh, sorry. For general skills, no, those go to 0. I thought you were talking about health. I apologize. Let me know when
Yes, I
either
knew
one of
health could
you. Okay. Book, at this point, because of the way I want to work this narratively, honestly, is that you lose consciousness. The punch hit you right in the solar plexus, causing to expel all the air that you had in your lungs. It comes back around, you try and breathe in, you can't get any air, and you just pass out.
and I can't see him. I have no idea that just happened.
Nope, that happened behind you. You didn't hear anything either. Okay, so it's a new round of initiative. 6 plus what did I spend before? I spent. Oh, right, it's not from the pool because I can spend from the other pool for that. Okay, so I'm going to go at 7, and this person hasn't gone yet. All right, so I got an 11 and a 7.
I can't beat that because I don't think I have any pool of anything left.
Okay. All
Those
right.
of us that
Add
might
to
have
my like
gotten
base.
if we got 5 clicks, do we know what that is? And
Yeah, assumably. Well, you guys were. Um. Yeah, because she would have sent you like a text or whatever, right? You guys are driving back towards the station at this point, right? So you're gonna get 5 clicks. Beep, beep. And you guys look at each other like, oh no, this is so bad.
Did we tell them we were coming here? Did we tell them
I mean,
Yeah, do we
this
have
is
any
where we were
idea?
headed?
I'm, I'm gonna assume so. right? They like, hey, this is what we're doing, and like we're going in as a team because you think something's up, right? Um, yes. Okay. At the end of this round, you two will be able to do something. Now I know Bulwark probably won't be able to do anything, but triple jump might be able to.
Maybe.
Okay. Um, so I
Can I
get
ask a clarification?
yes,
When I roll initiative, I'm adding whatever like pool I have left, right? The
correct,
skill I want to use.
correct.
Okay, just making sure I'm there. Right?
Okay. So the gunman outside, just waiting. You see the red dot just kind of searching around in the room. As you're on the crushed on the ground, you see a bit of motion out of the corner of your eye right before a diminutive fist comes at your face at far too fast of a velocity. You're laying down. Okay, hit you. She hits you for 7.
I'm definitely negative.
Okay. The force of the fist cracking into your cheekbone immediately knocks you out as your head bounces off the side of the wall. All right. Flashing to Bulwark in triple jump. It's like, oh no, the signal. Like you've just cut One-Eyed Jack loose out of your car. What do you do?
I'm gonna grab Bulwark and say, "Hold your breath."
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
will
try to
hold my
teleport
breath.
us. This works out really well every time.
Where are you trying to teleport to exactly?
We
I
didn't go to
remember when
Burbank.
a night nurse, she had a barbecue. It was the 4th of July one. So I
100%.
know like the alley and like the little courtyard behind our apartment. I'm gonna try to go there.
Okay, let's see. You can now see it. No, you have studied the destination for multiple photographs. You've been in the destination for less than 5 minutes. No, you've spent hours at the destination, I would say.
Yeah.
Um, so that's at 3. It's
I didn't even know you
within,
could
is
do
it
that.
within
That's
10 miles, do you think?
Probably if we're in the like, how big is the nest? Right? 'Cause in the nest.
Well, she lives in Hillsborough.
Oh, does she? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you guys would be closer to the station, actually, which it would be in the Steel Town.
Still
So me,
city.
Steel City, yeah. So I'm gonna say just over 10 miles away. So
Probably, yeah.
that puts you at a 7. Okay, so you're looking at a 7 difficulty.
I'm spending it all anyway. So
Uh,
I got it.
Nice.
okay, all right. Okay. So you teleport there with with Bulwark into the alley. Bulwark, you immediately feel nauseous, but you're still standing. You're okay. You have teleported there just in time to see a nice, quiet, dark outside of Night Nurse's apartment.
Uh,
Do you know what her room number is?
she's on the
Yeah,
second floor. Uh,
first floor,
the fire
first
escape's
floors,
over there.
Yeah.
First floor.
Let's head up.
first floor. Yeah.
So yeah, she's right over there. Uh, yeah, draw my gun, and
Head that way. Yeah.
yeah, run towards the apartment.
Okay, so you're going up the back or the front? You were. It
We're in the
seemed like
back.
you were trying to go in the back.
That's where I
Okay.
spent the most time, so that's why I teleported there.
Okay, so you get into the backyard, like it's just like a little courtyard, right? Sliding glass window, maybe. Um, you go and check it, and it's locked. Give me. Well, you already know there's trouble, so I'm not going to give you that, right? That doesn't make any sense. Um,
If
curtains
it's
drawn.
locked, I'm just gonna smash it with the butt of my gun, literally.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
it's an emergency.
That's what I was gonna do if I stayed conscious. Smash the window.
Okay. Yeah, give me an athletics check. It's only a 3.
Okay.
I like these little checks that just kind of bleed you for a little bit here and there.
Seriously.
Like, and you can just be like, you know what? I'm not going to spend any
Eh,
points. And then you fail and you're like an
Catherine,
idiot trying to break a glass door. But it takes a, all
like,
right, but you're done.
but things like breaking a glass door is not the things that Triple Jump's good at. So,
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, it's
still good.
hard to do. Like, if you were trying to do that as a regular human
Oh,
being.
seriously.
All right. Yeah. There is a little bit of vacuum of air kind of coming in there. It's a bigger space on there. But weirdly enough, you don't really hear much sound beyond that going into the apartment. Um, boy, let me call a timeout here and ask you guys what you want to do. It is 9:45. I, well, it points to Night Nurse in the book for sniffing out an ambush. 100%, right? There was two ways I was going to work it. This was my preferred way I was going to do it. But Night Nurse would just go back to her apartment on her own. We would have jump over to secrets, do a little thing, and then just go to the next day, right? Lilac comes into work and like, that's weird. Um, but the teleportation, um, is a problem. We can run through the combat. It's gonna be really rough on you guys, but Bulwark is kind of a powerhouse, so things might get weird. Um, we can, like I said, it's 9:45 tonight. We can keep going through it, or we call it. I'm leaning towards just calling it for now. Um, what do you guys want to do?
Once again, I'm at the service of your playtest. So, what makes the most sense to
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. If
I
you
don't have
want
work
to,
tomorrow, so
Me either.
It's Labor Day tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah,
okay.
if you want to practice winging it, I'm fine with we play through and we wing it. If you want a week to prepare to see what sort of nonsense you have to deal with, that's
Or
A-okay
let
with
us break it.
Well, I'm not winging it. I know exactly who's there.
me.
I
he
was
knows
just checking to make
exactly how screwed we are. Yeah.
like I'm just making sure that their time thing kind of works out. Um,
Well, this gives us
so
a whole week to roll new characters, so this is tight.
Yeah,
So this is
it is
perfect.
great.
Yeah, this is good.
okay, well, this will be fascinating to see how this goes. Okay, initiative. We got to do initiative at this point. Um, D6 plus
Conscious.
6.
Do we see someone to like trigger a skill off of that, or are we just in a room and we're just going to do a random
Okay,
skill in a random room?
yeah, good point. You smash it open, curtains aside. You see from where the sliding glass doors through the kitchen into the living room, right? It's that kind of setup. And you see a short figure. I mean, wearing kind of baggy all black clothes. You can't really tell how muscular they are. Wearing some sort of tank on their back. They use like kind of a small like scuba tank on their back with um Night Nurse slung over her shoulder. Upon the breaking of the glass, she peeks over, or she turns and you see full mask and sees you. You also see the red laser dot kind of circling through the room. From the angle at it, might get a like once you go in there, the gunman would have a shot on you. Um, Initiative, because I assume you guys will want to do something about this. I got a 10 and a 7. Oh, well, right. All right, what do we got? We got a 15 and a 6. All right, 15 goes first. What do you do, Bulwark?
Can I just force field this person off so they cannot leave with night nurse?
The only way you can do that is if you made a force field like over the door. Secondarily, you do have the ability, if you look at your force field power, you can bubble them.
Don't I need 12 points plus something to do that? I've only got 12 points total.
I thought the
Because
check.
it takes 12 points to do it, but don't you have to spend something to do it?
Well, still have to make a roll, right? Doesn't mean you can't do it.
I have no idea.
It's the difficulty to create the bubble. Oh, sorry. Do. Give me a second. When you first create a force field, multiply, blah, blah, blah. This is for the map. Create the agreement. Okay, is 12 per meter of radius. Oh, okay. So it would be like a 24 would be the difficulty check.
I was going to
So
say, I
yeah,
don't think I can actually do that.
no, the highest you can get is an 18, so you can't bubble. Okay, so where do you want to? Well, where do you want to put the force field?
Well, if the only way I can stop them is to block the door, I would like to block the door.
Okay, so you're gonna need. So how big a door is gonna be? Like 3 feet by like 6 feet or 7 feet, right? So all right, so it's a difficulty of 2 because you're gonna do 2 square meters.
Okay, difficulty 2, then I will just add 1 to make certain. Good.
Yep. There
Good.
you go. You got it. All right. You put a force field over the door. All right. I go at a. Nope, I wrote it down right here. No, I didn't. That was my first number. It was the 10. Okay. With a 10, um, she turns. Oh boy, turns towards you guys. And you didn't come into the room. You're still outside of the room.
Yeah, and she also probably wouldn't know that the door's blocked off because it's an invisible force field.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it is
her instinct is
invisible.
to run.
Yeah, I do remember that. So what's gonna happen is I haven't used any of that yet. Let's go ahead and yeah, let's try and run through the front door. I don't know. She doesn't really seem like a runner. Oh,
And
Um,
Has a person on her back.
yeah, she's got a purse on her back. She doesn't want to do this. Uh, we'll try the door first. All right, we're gonna try and blast open the door to leave. Um, how much damage does it have to do?
has to do 48 to beat it. And does she know that she has to blast the door open?
Wow, there'd be a possibility if she gets like some sort of resistance, she could just try and like rip the whole door off or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's just no point, right? Goes, checks. All right. Oh no. Uh, drops Night Nurse to the to the ground. So you guys also see the book down in the kitchen as well. Okay. Let's see now. The laser is now like going towards and kind of wait in a holding action because they don't see anyone to fire upon. Triple jump. What do you want to do?
Can I use surveillance to tell where the laser dot is coming from?
Sure. Yeah, yeah. You. Boy, I don't know if you really need surveillance. You need to get to the other side of the house to see, basically, and you can see where they're at.
If
You remember that across the street there was kind of an abandoned junkyard lot.
if if this
Oh
is
wait, no, no,
the
no. Lives in Hillsborough. Sorry.
no,
It's a new development's going on over there right now, but it's like chain link fences or whatever.
here's the apartment.
Hmm.
Here's the patio. Is the shot coming from over here or like laterally this way? Does that make sense? Like, how do
It's
they
coming.
see into it
It's coming from the front of the apartment.
from the front? So the opposite way from where we are right now.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's why it can't shoot at you right now until you enter into the apartment because it doesn't fully see you.
sure.
But but the gunman is holding their action. Not that you need to know that, but you've been
Yeah,
in these
but if I can
situations
see the
before.
dot and I can tell that it's not behind me, that tells me a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, I would like to use telekinesis to drag the book out of the room.
Yeah. Okay. Not a problem. I don't think it's going to take much.
I don't think you probably can though, right? Because you can only move it, and it's like 1 point per kilogram of mass. Do you have that many points?
For every 1 point of kilogram of mass. Oh.
Did
Yeah,
you just
unless
call
you're
the book
wondering
fat?
it. Yeah.
I was told there would be no math.
All right. Yeah, that's a good point. There's no way you'd have that many points. Or the
Let's pretend that
difficult.
I know how the math works. How many points would I need roughly?
Please don't make me do this.
It's Jordan's fault.
So what is a kilogram, like 3 pound?
It's something like that.
2.2. Yeah, it's
Like just
2.2.
rough?
All right. Uh,
It'd be a lot. It'd be more
Yeah.
than 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd probably be
no
like
problem.
80 or so. Yeah.
Uh, uh,
Mm.
I would like to point out to anyone watching, this is the Americans playtest. We don't know metric. I apologize.
I only weigh 3 stone, so I'm not sure how it works.
Is triple jump just like frozen in panic?
No, he's like he realizes he doesn't have the power to pull him. Triple Jump wants to try to go into the room and literally pull him out if he can
Okay.
with his
Yeah.
body.
Okay. You go in there. You can keep low below the kitchen like half wall or whatever. Yes, you
Yeah,
go in there. You grab onto the books, which you hold, not body, but just the book. You grab onto the book and you start pulling him out. As you're pulling him out, you notice he does still have um, a pulse. As you're pulling
great,
him back into the patio for health. Yeah, yeah, I didn't kill you.
great.
Okay, and so then I think that's everything, right? All right, let's go back to it. 1d6 plus 6. Your initiative didn't work.
Oh, yeah, I've left out a 6 there. That'll do it.
Yeah. Remember, you're not at 12 anymore, though.
Only if I was using force field.
Oh, all right, fine. Okay, 15. What do you got going, 15?
Telekinesis. Can I just Darth Vader her?
Yeah, throw a small object at her. Yeah.
No,
No,
no, I
he
mean
finds your
choke her
lack of
out.
faith disturbing.
Yeah.
With your telekinesis, you want to lift her?
No, I want to choke her. She wants to deplete
Um,
oxygen. Two can play at this game.
you have to move objects. You have to move an object.
Yeah, like her throat.
No. So no, you can't do that. Is what I'm saying.
I like where he's going with it, though.
Ah,
Ooh.
I can't. Can I choke her with her mask that she's wearing? That is an object that's already conveniently around her face.
Seriously, you can.
Does it have a tube of some kind you can use?
You're right.
Right.
Yeah, wrap around her.
I mean, you can move the mask to try and hit her in her own face, right? But you
I
have
would
to.
just kind of want to try to knock her out. Like, if I could strangle her with her own mask and just cut off her oxygen supply, that'd be great.
Hmm. Right. What we can do is I'm open to the idea of trying to take the mask off.
Okay.
Um, you can try and have the mask do damage, but that is going to cost you a lot more points, which if you want to do that, that's fine. You can do D6 minus 2 worth of damage if you also want to try and have it do damage.
It's not worthwhile. I might as well just shoot her then. I guess yes. Can I just change skill and just shoot her if she's coming at us?
You I will say because of um I'm fine with you re-rolling your initiative if you want to change it to shoot.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if I can't really do anything with telekinesis other than mildly inconvenience her, could I change it to force field?
Initiative. I think you got it anyway,
Yeah.
right?
It'd be 1d6 plus 11 instead of 12.
Well, if you roll a 1,
Yep.
I'm gonna go first. Okay. So what I'm going to do is realizing that this fight is weirdly stacked right now with the cramped things. She is going to grab Night Nurse with one hand by kind of the scruff of her neck and try and feel along the side of the wall real quick, realizing that there's not a force field in front of the window. She's just going to jump out that. 6. She is going to spend 2 out of her pool, which she needed, hilariously enough. All right, so that gets me down to this until I start using this. Okay. So sorry, using this. She burst out the front window. Um, in there. I need to make this. Hey, triple jump. When you went in there to grab the book, you would need to do a health check, but it's at a much lower thing because as you go in there, you didn't realize how much oxygen had been depleted from the area. But with the back window being broken open, you'll be taking less. It's a lower thing. So you can spend health to add to your check.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. You managed to succeed. So you realize you managed to get a gulp of air as you go in there, grab it, and pull them out. Now that the front window has also been broken out, there's not going to be any real issue. Plus, concentration's totally dropped the concentration on it too. But the woman now has Night Nurse busted through the front window at this point. Uh, what do you want to do? Bulwark.
I guess go ahead and put like a 10 feet wall in front of her.
Okay, spend the points.
How many points is that?
Well, what are you doing here? You're doing a 10-foot, so 3 meters.
Let's
3
per
meters
square
tall.
meter. So that's a 3-foot square. So what, it would be 3 points to create a 9 by 9 square. We'll just say that for ease of math, right? So
Okay.
that'd be 3 points.
No. Because it's square, right?
Right.
And so if you want to go 9 across and 2 up, or do you just want it only to be 3 feet tall, 1 meter tall?
Oh, I see what you're saying. 3 by 3. Yeah, you're right. I'd want to do that 6 foot by like 6 foot by like 9 foot. So that'd be
Okay.
what? 5
So
points.
it'd be 6 total, right? When you create the field for multiply it, yeah. And is this just how much you spend to create it, or is that your target score?
No, that's how much I spend to create it. I don't think there
If
is
you
a
create
target
well, the
score. It's like
difficulty.
I don't understand this.
No.
How it
Okay,
works exactly.
here's how it works. I'll tell you how it works. If you create a wall, the difficulty of the force field test, so you have to test to do it, okay, is 1 per square meter. So right now, this test is a 6 that you're trying to do.
Got it. Okay. Go ahead and try that.
So you're gonna spend
That works.
4. Okay, so you create a big wall behind her, assumably, away from the street, right?
In front of her. That way she can't keep running without running full on into an invisible wall.
Right. So separating her from the street. Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
triple
Yep.
jump.
The book's alive.
The book is alive, badly hurt. Yeah, book, you're
Uh,
gonna like start getting some air back into your lungs here.
uh, do I still see the person who is running with Niners?
I mean, more or less, yeah. You can see it kind of through. It's through the
Through the
apartment at this
house?
point because they're out in the front. Yeah.
Uh, because they broke through a window through the front of the house.
hmm
Uh, I'm gonna run through and try to shoot this person in the legs. Drop him.
Okay. You run. You step. You start moving through the apartment, and you hear too late the of a gunshot. I mean, you knew it was coming, right? You knew it was
I
there.
can I use preparedness?
No, you knew the shot was there, right? So
Yeah.
I just have to hit you.
Uh, can I use magnetism to deflect the bullet?
I don't know. Can you?
Yeah, redirect bullets. When another character fires a gun within your range, you may pay 2 magnetism points. Choose a new target for the bullets. I'll choose the lady taking my friend away.
Okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that force field is invisible. So what
So
we'll
he
do,
hits the force field and doesn't hit anything else.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I would
All
assume so
right.
because you put it behind her, right?
Yeah,
Um,
if she's running towards the gunman, I mean, I put it in front of her. So if
yeah.
she's running towards the gunman, then yes, he would hit the force field.
Okay. So the force field takes like D6 plus 1 damage or whatever. Okay, but you don't get shot at. All right, so you run through. You don't get your shot off, but you use your magnetism power instead. Is that right?
Well, it depends if the bullet is going to hit me or not, I guess. Like using preparedness, can I tell if the bullet is actually going to hit the force field or me? Like that's the trick, right?
No, no.
Uh, I will use all of my points to stop a bullet from hitting me and try and use the bullet to hit the bad guy. If none of those things happen, I just want to get as close as I can to the bad guy and my friend.
Okay, so no, what I was saying no to is that you can't tell if you're going to get hit or not. So you either have to shoot or use your magnetism power. Basically, are you going to do the offense? You're going to do defense. I'm assuming that you're choosing magnetism over trying to shoot the woman.
If I thought if
And
I
I'm
thought the
telling you,
bullet was
don't
going
know.
to happen because of the red dot,
Yeah,
then that
you
would have been
already
my
know
plan
that.
all along.
Yeah, you already know that there's a gunman waiting to shoot at the first available target.
I have my gun out and I'm prepared to
Human
redirect the bullet.
force
Yeah.
And if
is
that doesn't
invisible.
happen, I just want to get
Right.
as close as I can to the process.
Okay. Okay. And I actually need to change this up for the bulwark too, because you don't really have line of sight to the front yard at this point, because you're still in the backyard.
Yeah, I would have run to the window to throw up the force field that she broke out.
Okay, all right. So I'm able to shoot anyone I want to then at this point, is what we're
Yeah.
saying. Okay, sounds good. All right, so you go out there, instead of getting a shot off on the woman, use your magnetic power to redirect the bullet. At this point, night nurse, you start to get some oxygen into your lungs. You're starting to wake up a little bit. Now, the book, you're still out of it. Okay.
I will
Now,
say, if you, it's possible. I don't know how this works. Looking at it, it doesn't say what happens if you shine a light on the force field. It's possible he would know there's a force field there from shining a light on it if you wanted him to do something else.
who?
Your gunman.
Well, isn't it invisible?
It is invisible,
Okay, but
but
now he would know there's something there because of that bullet that was
yeah.
aiming for the woman. Is now got stopped. So now I got to figure out something. Well, not
Okay.
necessarily. All right, let's roll initiative. I guess this has gotten out of hand. Like what? Like what's happening here, guys?
From our standpoint, I think everything is going swimmingly. For the record,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I have a 10 and a 9.
Am I awake enough to roll an ish?
Maybe one more round. All right, bulwark with 17.
We'll see. You might just say I have to use another skill again. We'll find
Okay.
out. I'm just trying to find something that telekinesis is actually good for, because it seems kind of worthless.
Okay. What do you want to do? You're going first, bulwark.
Yeah, can I either, if the character's wearing a belt or shoes with shoelaces, I just want to use those to trip her.
Okay. So I'm
I'm
gonna
not trying
use
to do damage. I'm trying to immobilize because I'm worried about also hitting night
Mhm.
nurse.
right. From what I'm understanding from reading telekinesis is that it's really only for moving um objects that are freestanding to be able to move them around to hit other things. That's
Okay, so
how
like
I'm
if you're
reading
Warner carrying
telekinesis.
something, it can't be affected.
That's what I'm gonna go with at this point, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, jeez, just not a useful skill. Then yeah, I guess I'll re-roll with shooting, and I'd probably just try to shoot her and hope I don't hit night nurse.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, so 10. Okay, so I have a 10 and a 9. All right, so my 10's gonna go. Um, all right, I've got Night Nurse. The thing hit. This is turning this is turning to badness at this point for me. All right, I'm gonna drop. Well, no, I should be able to do this. I'm gonna judge where the bullet hit the force field. I'm gonna try, and we're gonna. Well, no, because you can just keep doing force fields, right? Mm. I do get to shoot you though this turn, which is fun. Um, so one last thing to try and escape. All right. So we're gonna do an athletics to try and jump over this force field. We're not quite sure how tall it is, so I'm gonna put it like a DC 6 for her to do that. We are finally gonna use her superpower.
Does she also know
Um,
where the force field is?
that's why it's a 6, right? Because she obviously has super strength.
Yeah.
Okay. Normally she would need something else, but she's going to underestimate it and only add +2. Still needs a 6. Got the 6 though. Okay. I think their strength managed to hop over it. She's now running down across the street. She's now across the street going into where the development is at, where the gunman is at. All right, so that's at 10. Your 10.
Okay, so I
and
guess
that's
since I
both of us,
prepared
right? I
shooter,
think I got a 10 as well.
yeah. So we both just shoot her.
Go first, Bulwark.
Okay, and so then
Okay.
it's just isn't it what I rolled for Anish? That was my to shoot, right?
Yeah.
Or no, because I get to
Now,
choose how many points I used,
yeah. Now at this point, she is behind a force field, right?
and I
Uh,
dropped it.
okay, you drop it. Okay, force field's dropped. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not good.
Yeah, you only need to get a 4, DC 4 to hit.
Yeah. Okay, so points and hope for the best. Hey,
Because she has, yeah, she's been shot in the gut already. All right, so yeah, bulwark, you hit. Now roll D6 for damage. 4, 3. Okay. Hit her in the upper shoulder. Missing night nurse, still okay. All right, triple jump.
Are they still up? That
Oh yeah,
drop them at all?
no, not at all.
Uh, I want to use Earth Control
Okay,
to do a tremor that's strong enough to damage architectural supports, and hopefully a building that is not yet completed has less architectural supports than it would require.
sure. Successful Earth difficulty 4, small localized. Attempt a larger area. How big of an area do you want to hit? You want to try and hit the whole buildings? You're not quite sure where the shooter's at. You have an idea, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming they're
But
the side of the building closer to me.
yeah. Okay, if you want to be able to affect where the woman is at in the gunman, you're gonna need to spend more points. So it's
I
gonna be
just want to
difficult.
worry about because I think that's where she's going to because that's where her partner is. I want to eliminate that as a safe place for her to go to.
Okay,
So I really just want to fuck up that part of the building in front of her so she can't go there. And if that
okay.
makes the gunman fall and hurt himself, so be it.
Ooh, so be it.
Because triple jump is a BAMF.
All right, so yeah, okay. See if you can try and get a very specific area. Your target number is 4.
Yeah. Four.
hey,
Okay, nailed it. Anyone in the tremor zone must make an athletics test immediately. I do have athletics, some athletics, the same difficulty. So I'm just gonna spend my athletics 3, so it gets me down to 1 athletics left on that dude. But I am going to do damage though automatically because of falling like building degree and stuff. So do D6 minus 2.
Me?
Yeah, for the damage that your building does to the shooter.
Okay. Two.
Okay. All right, we're at here for that. Okay. So now it's the shooter's turn at 6. Um, the well, no, the earthquake was bad. Um, you're actually you don't see anything anymore. Maybe you just got knocked out from all the falling debris. All right, so now I'm gonna do top of the initiative. All right, anyone who is the book, you can take actions. It might be a little bit too late at this point, but you're fully up and going. Night Nurse, give
Looks like Night
me.
Nurse is part of the Witness Protection Agency. She's like,
Sorry, I don't want the bugs to fly in while the door is open with the dog going outside. Turn the
you
lights
you
off.
you have a choice, Night Nurse. You can play possum, or you can like
Mm,
try and do something.
mm.
You know that the person that's carrying you one-handedly is insanely strong. Okay,
Mhm.
so right, I got D6 plus 10 and D6 plus 1. Okay. 16 is my highest. Then I got a 6 on the other one. Anyone beat a 16?
Are we all doing initiative? I'm sorry, Jared.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Initiative.
We're back to top of the round. Okay.
Yep.
If I
Do you
wanted
think I would
to,
play possum? Figure out what's going on.
You're gonna play possum. Okay.
if
Yeah.
I wanted
Is my
to, oh, go ahead, sorry.
oh, I was sorry. Would I? Never mind. Ignore me. Go on, Jordan.
So if I wanted to say drop her or I'll shoot you with the intent of shooting her, what do I roll? Like I just want her to drop her, hands on, hands above your head.
Well,
And
if the possibility is to shoot, like you can say that, that's fine. You need to go off for shooting.
okay, I wasn't certain if you wanted me to go off shooting or if you wanted a different check because I'm going verbal first.
Okay. So I'm still gonna go before anyone. You all hear Bulwark shout out. We're just gonna play it out like this. It's like, drop her or I'll shoot. And she has run across to the other building. There's an earthquake. She wasn't going into the building though. She has ran around the corner of it, and you don't see this, but Night Nurse, you suddenly feel yourself starting to fly. Until
I hope
there's
I
a
still have House's glasses. Do I still have his glasses that can track things? Can track me?
for right now, yeah, absolutely. Um, as you feel yourself start to begin to fly, taking off into the air. Okay, so that is, but you guys do not see that at all. All right, that was 16. My next one's at 6. So let's count down. Anyone above 10?
At 10.
Okay, 10.
Change to have an inish? I didn't take an inish because I thought I was playing dead, unless that was its own inish.
I assume that's your own. You decided to play possum. You're just committed to the part.
On for the ride. Yep.
I was gonna run and find Night Nurse. What happens when I go out there?
Okay, you run out there. Okay, so it took her 2 rounds to get where she's at. So you run around the corner and you don't see anything. You're not getting shot at. You can run all the way up to the other building that was across the street, and you're just like it's kind of just rubbled over at this point. You're just really hoping you don't have to do a bunch of paperwork at this for what happened here. But it's going to be bad as it is. So you run over there and you don't see anything specifically. Do you have like a skill or anything you want to try and use real quick?
Um, yeah, I'm guessing surveillance isn't the same as like seeing, like looking for something right now. Like surveillance is like preparing and looking at something. You know what I mean? Like, can I use surveillance to look for where Night Nurse is? I
No,
saw them run out, and now they're gone.
no, surveillance is trying to like tail someone without being seen.
Yeah. Uh, if I run out and I thought my friend was being carried and then she's not there, I'm not sure what I roll.
Well, I don't think you roll anything. Like, if there's any skill that you would want to use here, I'm saying that you can use a skill if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh.
All right, we'll come back to you. That's fine. 10. Well, because
Yep.
you ran there, that was like kind of your big action part. And I'm saying you get a freebie skill to use if you want to. All right. 9, 8, 7,
7.
6, 7.
Mhm.
Bulwark.
Yeah, I would run out there and try to get a line of sight on her. If she kept running, I'm going to want to shoot her.
Okay. Yeah, you get basically the same spot where Cody's at. You look around, you don't see anything.
Can I use a skill?
Yeah.
Can I use anamorphology and think of someone else on the force who has super strength? Do I think I need to be looking at someone trying to fly away? So I can skeet shoot them as they fly through the air.
Animorph, I mean, you know that strength and flight are right next to each other,
Yeah,
right?
that's basically it. Just be prepared. If someone's trying to fly out of here, I'm gonna be looking for that.
Yeah. Uh, we'll get to the bottom of the round here. All right, book.
Yeah, run over there and can I see Night Nurse and I see this masked jerk? Because I'm
No,
gonna throw gravity control.
no,
I
no.
got nothing.
Unfortunately, they're actually another block away from where you guys are at. From yeah, over
And
here.
all right, yeah, I'll run up there ready to slam gravity control down, and I got nothing.
Okay. What you can do while you run over there, well, here's what we can do. For the folks who want to, we still have a gunman you can chase down. Now, they have a head start on you. Okay. Night Nurse, you let me know if any time you want to stop playing or if you want to try and do something at all. You are quickly ascending up into
No,
the air, though.
because I'm in the air, I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to fall.
Okay.
And in that case, do I see the gunman running, or I don't? Because I haven't seen anything out this window up until now. Right?
Right.
I've
So yeah, you've been knocked out, or but you can kind of as they're like chasing, and you're like, oh, I'm going to chase too, whatever. So you guys get out there. There is, um, you don't see anything, but you guys can give chase to. You're like, well, from the gunman's point of view, if this part of the building fell down, they could probably run back towards the back of the building that way.
all right. I'm gonna try. I'm not in great shape. I'm gonna I'm gonna leap from the window and use gravity control to not splatter on the ground below.
You're gonna do what?
Use my gravity control to not splatter on the ground below.
Aren't we in
Like
the
I'm just
first
leaping out of the
story
window.
building? I think we're in a first floor
Yeah, you're on the
apartment.
first floor.
Yeah, I'm at like -2, so even tripping and
Fair
falling on
enough.
my face at this point could be
Fair
damn near
enough.
fatal. So I'm just gonna real gently hop
Yeah.
myself down.
All right, yeah,
I'm
you
still
run.
picturing a few flights of stairs, but that's okay because I'm
Yeah,
not in great shape.
all right. You run out there. What we can do, basically, mechanically, how we can do this, we can set up a chase to try and run down the gunman.
And
Or
we don't see anyone fly off?
from this vantage point, no.
Okay. Then yeah, probably try to chase down the gunman.
Okay. So it's going to be on foot unless someone's got something here. Because you hear something kind of further back into the building development, maybe on the other side of it at this point. Because they left last round.
Uh, Cody's not gonna do the chase, but he's gonna do something else. But let me know when it's his turn.
Okay. You can do it now.
I'm gonna pull out my iPad and bring up uh, Night Nurse's glasses.
Okay. Um, you pull it up, and do you see Night Nurse and the glasses or whatever are traveling away from you at a great velocity? Because remember how you could fly to the from the downtown from the gun show back to the um thing in a minute.
Yeah.
So
So I think uh, it's probably Brickhouse doing this. Makes the most sense.
who Brickhouse doing
Co-
what?
Cody thinks that Brickhouse is the one that's flying her. he has the power, he has the flight and the strength to be able to do it. I
Oh,
think that he is the one that is flying her.
And we
okay.
saw it was a small female, right?
You did.
I don't know if I ever saw her. I keep that in mind as I think about like who the
Yeah,
fuck can fly and is strong and can fly. I know Brickhouse can.
sure.
Who's this person?
Got it.
Uh, I would just try to do. I mean, evidence collection, document analysis, anything I can do to like extrapolate the direction that she's going at that speed to figure out where the destination is going to be. And I'm literally just like sitting cross-legged, looking at my iPad, trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Yes, I can give that to you. Do you have traffic? What is that? Traffic analysis?
I don't. The one
Okay.
useless thing Cody does not have.
I can give you this though, because you sat down and trying to figure this out. All right, so you guys were in Hillsborough, right, where Night Nurse had her apartment. The direction, and at this point, looking at your iPad, you're pretty sure it's across the river.
Uh, West or southwest?
Sorry, southwest, heading towards the Steel City.
Okay. Good start. Okay.
Yep. All right, Bulwark, the book. Do you want to give chase?
Yeah.
Okay. You give chase. So you need a DC, sorry, a 4 athletics or some other, if you have a superpower that can substitute in for it, please do that. And how chases work, it's until you fail.
Risk it.
Well,
Whew.
good news is I didn't run out of any points in athletics because I have none. I think I am seeing places to invest when I have points to spare. Oh
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit down and take
You,
I'm just gonna
you,
yeah.
you've
I'm
had
just
a
gonna sit
long
down and
night.
take a breath. I'm gonna go, yeah,
You just like put your
leaving
hands on
in.
your knees, just sucking wind.
Yeah.
Bulwark, you still have enough wherewithal to be able to hop over the side of the rubble that's been created. And you come around you scurry around the corner to get to the back part of the development, and you see another person all in black, actually inside of a car, starting the car. The reason they haven't left yet is because they failed their chase. So, all right, you guys at the front of the development hear a car rev up and begin, which is pretty weird, you think, or really weird timing considering it's 3 a.m. at this point. Okay, it would be initiative again. Bulwark,
Okay.
it's you and me. And I haven't gotten to really shoot anyone yet. You got 13, I got an 11. You go first.
Okay. And I see this person is in their car getting ready to drive away.
Yeah, as they're facing this way, you come around the corner. They see you come up. You see them scrambling to pull a firearm.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Decisions. Yeah, I'll risk it. So let's about 25 feet in front of them so they can get some good velocity and really cause some damage. I'm just gonna go ahead and put, like a nice little force field up there.
Okay, right on. You set the force field.
So yeah, so what? They're 3 foot squares just to make certain it hits. Let's do 4 3 foot squares. It doesn't need to be high. It just needs to be, radiator height.
Okay.
So the difficulty on that's what, a 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure we hit it. Yeah,
Yep.
that was good.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So you throw it out there. He sees that you're not pulling your firearm, So he just floors it. Absolutely. He gets a good 25 feet and just smashes into it. Now, this is going to be car versus thing, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I had
how's
7 points to begin with, so it's what, 7 times 12 is the health, I think.
yeah, and it doesn't really
So
put out like how much damage cars do per se. It's just like kind of the knockout stuff, so we kind of have to eyeball it. Now, I think
or
a
no,
car would
it's
go
just
through a
4.
force field. That being said, I think that dude's going to be wrecked though too. I think it's going to put a huge dent in there, and it could easily slow down the car a lot. So what I'm
Yeah,
going to
I'm
do is I'm going to try and make an athletics check. All right, I'm going to
okay.
set it at a 6. I'm going to spend all my remaining athletics, which is only 1 point, and I got a 4, so I failed on that. So roll damage, give me a d6 plus 2. All right, 4. All right, so the gunman, who's already taken damage from falling debris, has now wrapped the car around this force field. He's like, he's still awake. If the book in Triple Jump were giving chase, you round the corner at this point to see that this car going there, and like the horns are going off now, like the neighborhood's starting to wake up at this point. Let's roll initiative. I'm gonna have to pull my gun now. I got an 8. 5 on bulwark. The book's at a 10. Triple jump at 12. Triple jump. What do you got?
Uh, I see the car. I see what Bulwark did. I just want to hold my action and then shoot him if he gets out of the car.
Yeah, he
Okay,
now
yeah.
that he's kind of in a daze, he's reaching for his firearm and gonna stumble out of the car and start shooting.
As soon as he does, I'll shoot him.
Okay, he's only you only need a or you're trying to get a 3.
Okay.
He is badly wounded, and okay, before you roll, I'm not looking.
Don't look! Don't look! Don't look! Don't look!
I'm not. I haven't looked. You can't tell,
Okay.
but my hand is over the computer part. Um,
Yeah.
I just want to remind you, bullets are always lethal. You can't pull a shot.
No, that's okay.
Okay,
Just
7.
just
Okay,
the guy is stumbling. He's badly wounded.
yeah, real badly. Okay, so
Oh, I'm and I see a triple jump pulling the trigger.
yeah, give me a d6 for damage.
Can I do a response, or do I need with a kinetic energy dispersion, or do I need to go before him?
Ooh, good question. I think you have to have initiative.
Okay, no, that's fine. Go ahead.
Um, so how this works? This occurs after any ability points have already been spent by the party generating the kinetic energy. So does that mean you can automatically always have it up, but that's your action for the turn? Um, I guess so far we've only been doing it when you have initiative, right?
Yep,
We
yep,
will
that's
look
fine.
into this. We'll look into this further though for the next time we get together. Okay.
Yeah. It kind of sounds like a reaction, but yeah,
Yeah, it does. 5.
I think so.
Uh, headshot. As the gunman stumbles out, pulls a gun, falls to the ground. At this point, you rip out your iPad to try and look at the tracing of the glasses. And the movement has slowed down quite a bit, but it's still quite swift. But to your growing horror, you recognize the direction that they're traveling in and the speed they're going in, which is possibly at the bottom of the river. And that's where we're going to end the session for the night.
Yoicks. Ooh.
Okay. This was a lot of big swings for this adventure for tonight's session. I didn't. It was the teleportation. Like, it's just like. But you have a dead gunman, so you can do research on that when we get to the next part. Because like when you like pull the mask off, it's not anyone that you recognize. You're just like, what? You'll do research or whatever. You'll find that it is from a smaller gang, this Spaziani gang, which we can do all the research and talk about that next time we get together to see what that means to you guys. I will say, since you, night nurse, so you are not at the bottom of the river. However,
Your glasses are.
yeah, it's as if the person carrying you knew what they were, and she slowly descends somewhere into Steel City. And there we go. How do you guys feel? That was a lot of stuff going on for only one session.
Yeah.
It's one thing that I'm gonna say, I don't think I'll ever let anyone take force field again. Holy cats. What a pain in the ass.
That's awesome.
I had a big wall of force problem not long ago that I also thinking about. So yeah, I get it. Yeah, I think that's the probably the hardest part of the GM's job is like, okay, well, I can have really good plans, but if I have smart characters with really weird powers, it doesn't really matter. And
Yeah,
like anything can happen. You know what I mean? Like if I didn't have teleportation, we wouldn't have been there,
yeah.
you know?
Yep.
Yep, and I knew
But
that was a risk with teleportation, but I was like, well, it'll never really come up in our gameplay, I don't think. And something where you guys went off script that I built in, like I already knew a possibility like this might happen, but I'm like, the odds of this happening are so small
yeah.
that like night nurse going back to her apartment at this night that more than one person was going to go. Like I was going to have Rachel and I just go to a separate into the secret room, just be like, okay, hey, or have you guys go to the secret room, and then we just play it out. And like Night Nurse on her own, I was like, there's no way, right? But she's still alive. So hopefully that'll give you guys a lot of mysteries. And so, but between with the teleport in the force field, like in the book being there to slow them down enough, like, eh, yeah, it was crazy. It was very crazy, and you guys got a ton of new leads to go off of. Is there anything that is there? Do you have any idea of or any theories about what's going on now?
Yeah. Well, I I thought it was Lois Lindstrom, but now I think that it's Wendy Sallow.
One could have been the shooter because didn't you just need line of sight
Yeah, but
to do like the wind?
Wendy has strength and flight possibilities, and
I mean, strength
Lois
and flight aren't impossible to get deplete oxygen. You could buy over into that power.
ice deplete oxygen. Yeah, you can get over there. Ice blast. I mean, she'd be pretty powerful. Ice
Yeah.
blast to wind control to deplete oxygen to toxin immunity to regeneration to strength to flight. That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was more thinking of like someone more like Big Trouble's power set, but I almost wonder if what they're doing with the syrup isn't giving people other people's powers.
Yeah. That's a really good question.
Oh yeah, that would explain some other stuff too. Yeah.
Right, that would explain some odd mysteries, and it would explain why they're trying to get mutants. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
Is Barnes Sergeant?
Yeah, Sergeant
Sergeant
Laura
Barnes?
Barnes. Yeah.
I had a dream about Sergeant Barnes. The name Sergeant Barnes, not
Oh,
the
weird.
character necessarily. And I woke up thinking about Sergeant Barnes. And also a name in Platoon. It was Tom Berenger's character, I think, was a Barnes.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. But now I don't think it's about Platoon. Now I think it's about this. I think Barnes has everything to do with this, right? She cannot. She has to be behind all of it.
Yeah,
Come on.
I mean,
Go
definitely
to
could be
bed.
Windy.
What?
She told me to go home and go to bed after
Yeah,
I made it back
exactly.
safe.
Go alone. Go to bed. Like, whatever. She's been too.
Yeah, Sally's mad about it too.
Something's
She's
happening.
mad about it too. Growling.
If you thought that these characters are a pain in the ass, get ready for Brickhouse when he finds out that one of his friends have been kidnapped. He's gonna go fucking apeshit on this town, like full on, like Superman, like fucking blue dude from Watchmen. He's just gonna like
Dr. Manhattan. Dr.
he's gonna
Manhattan.
Doctor Manhattan this fucking town to find his friend. So get ready, it's gonna be fun.
Had Brickhouse been the character you were playing, that would have been the one thing that would have gotten me out of just like on for the ride. Would have been I would have yelled for Brickhouse to fly.
No,
I was so
Right.
glad he
Brickhouse was
wasn't
there.
there.
It'd be a whole nother situation. Think about that. Like,
Wouldn't have been able to
what if,
teleport there if it had been Brickhouse.
but what if
He wouldn't be
Brickhouse
there at
was the
all.
one that went back with you to the house?
I would have I would have been fine with that, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it would have been a longer fight in there. Well, I think it'd just be more of a straight up fight, you know. Um,
He has
which I'm fine
regeneration
with,
and strength and things. It would have been interesting, but if he was
Yeah,
around long enough to like fly after this shit, like yeah, it would have been interesting.
yeah.
I don't know. Like
Um,
it's going to be the hard part about this game for anybody playing. Like, all right,
for
what are
sure.
the superpowers and how can I prepare for them? And you know
Yeah.
what? Maybe you can't. And maybe that's okay. Like
I think
it's
you're
just going to
exactly right.
happen.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. That's just something that you can't take into place all of the different combinations of superpowers. So now, like, you guys are pretty well convinced that there is that the newly funded detectives for the Freak Force, you're pretty well convinced there's someone insider in there, if not Sergeant Barnes herself, who is doing something. If like it may not know what's going on, but definitely involved. You now have also the introduction of Glitch, uh, and the weird possibility. You still have a missing persons case. Like you're still looking for Dan, but it sounds like Dan may have just joined whatever the Cypher's army is, or something. And then on top of that, you have what was the final thing? Cypher's army, glitch. Yeah, they basically just have a ton of stuff going on. And what does this have to do with each other? Um, going in there, like so, the glitch. You're thinking like maybe does something to superpowers. Like you're thinking maybe switches them around. Um, you don't know who to trust at this point. Um, yeah, what's Cypher's army? What do you think they're doing? Okay.
And based on the Haitian artwork, they're trying to cause an uprising.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, from the clues that have been put out there, that's probably the most reasonable thing to guess on there. Now, I love doing wrap up, and I'd be more than happy to hang out, but I also know it's super late. If you guys want to call it a day, or if you want to ask me a couple more questions about stuff, if you have any more questions, first of all, thanks so much for doing this, as always. Hopefully this was fun. Like I said, this was a really big swing on my part. I didn't know. Um, it's a part that I recently put in there after finishing the third act, writing out. That I will tell you why I wanted to put this into the adventure, but I won't do it right now. But if you have any questions or have any theories, please feel free to ask me if you have anything else. Or you can just go to bed, and that's okay too.
I wish I had more theories and
Yeah.
better questions, but I'm like, no, I'm not quite ready to throw those out
Yeah.
yet.
And this is only the first part of it, right? Like you still want to talk to Torpedo, I assume. You also know that something is up with Genesis Jackson being back on the streets too. Like
Yep.
she's supposed to be in jail. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of things to follow up. I cannot wait until next week because a lot of things are going to get answered. And it's going to be Friday at 8 a.m. the next time we get together for a session. So I'm really excited about it. So everyone enjoy their holidays tomorrow and have a great night.
Yeah, thank
Thanks,
you.
Jared.
You
Great
bet.
night.
Jared, before
Thanks,
we
guys.
log
What's that?
off, are you gonna bring me up for a piano lesson tomorrow?
Oh, no piano lesson. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, please. Yeah, enjoy your
Please.
holiday.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.